Leo G, Ordinal G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got D or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got D or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nuki on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? An amazing show for you guys today. We are live for another Ordinal hour, and this one is going to be absolutely amazing. We got so many amazing things to talk about, but guys, after the Ordinal hour, in about an hour from right now, we're gonna have the Merlin team on. We're gonna have BTC.fun. This is going to be a meme coin. Insane craziness. It's going to be actually using BRC20s and runes. We've seen some other ones that, you know, they're using different platforms and different types of coins. This is going to be using BRC20s and runes, all tradable in a Merlin environment. It's going to be exciting. So tune into that at 12. We are giving away around $700 of Merlin. Actually, it might be more than that now because Merlin has been on a run today, but it's around 2,000 Merl today, guys. So we're gonna give that to 10 different people. So altogether, it's gonna be 2,000 Merl throughout the 10 people. So about, you know, it's a nice chunk of Merl for each of you guys. So it's how to enter. We need you to put make Bitcoin fun again, and then your Twitter handle. Twitter handle is important for when I reach out to you guys. Just make sure that you guys are putting that in the chat. And yeah, so it should be a great show for you guys today. Bitcoin sitting at 95,548. I think the Bears are going to get blown out here, guys. And now I'm not talking about the Chicago Bears. I'm talking about the people who are saying we're going to get down to 88K. We are not, in my opinion, guys. I think we're going to be shooting off right through this 95, 98, 99, getting to 110, 114 before we see a real pullback. And I'm excited for that. But let's just get this show started. You're bringing my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
What's up, man? How are you feeling today? I mean, dude, we're about to hit. I mean, we just hit like 95.8, kind of falling back here a little bit. How you feeling about this price action right now?
I'm not surprised. I will say I was surprised that it did pull back so aggressively the past couple days. I did not expect to see 91.8, and then it recovered a little bit, and I expected us to be back to 95 by the second half of yesterday. It didn't happen, but we did. It went back down a little bit, and then we recovered to 93, and then this morning, it looks like we are starting to make the gains back. So in terms of the characteristics of Bitcoin, it's still staying consistent with, yes, like might be some pullback, but it's getting bought and right back up within a day or two.
Yeah, I mean, how can you be bearish right now? Like, I know traders are traders, right? But at the same time, everything is pointing up. Like, I'd be so afraid to short right now because at any moment we could go on a $3, $4, $5,000 run, like something insane. And it's just like every day I put these banners in, and it's so hard to just be like, okay, like Amazon's coming out and potentially buying $250 million of Bitcoin. Like, we're gonna get into that in a little bit, but it's just insane. How can you be bearish right now?
Yeah, I'm not sure, right? The biggest change is the fact that the SEC is not going after every single person, or builders aren't scared to
Yeah,
say things on Twitter or put things out, right? And you're starting to see projects be more confident on X. And I think there's this PTSD from people in the Bitcoin and crypto space from the past 4 years, right? Like black swans that crash things and all this stuff. It's kind of opposite of that, right? It's the
yeah,
catalyst now. The catalyst is that there has been fundamental changes after this election in November 5th. And we got to really accept that. That doesn't mean fall in and into this like spell of taking huge long positions. I'm not saying that, but probably don't expect there to be huge aggressive dumps either. I will say that pullback from 99,000 all the way back to 91.8 did liquidate some probably overly aggressive longs, and those are the people I'm
yeah,
talking about. You guys are too greedy, hanging on with this big position at like a 20 to 40x. Come on, like that's just too aggressive in my personal opinion. And so you will get liquidated. So there was $300 million of long positions that were liquidated once it did pull back to 91.8. So just be smart in that kind of aspect of be happy where we are. Don't be overly greedy, and good things should
yeah,
happen.
yeah, man. So what can you tell me about at 12 o'clock today? What is going on at 12 o'clock?
So 12 o'clock can be really exciting. It's not going to be our typical segment where we bring one person up at a time. What we're going to do is try to get everybody up at the same time and really have a chill, almost kind of like a X space environment, to where we're just, asking people's opinions about the Runes ecosystem and Bitcoin memes, and what does that mean for the Bitcoin meme marketplace or the market. What's the future hold for Runes? And then we're going to get into, some topics about like different projects. Obviously, BTC.fun is going to be launching next week, so we're going to get into that. I think a lot of the audience and viewers are going to be really excited about bringing free and fair mint to an EVM environment, right? And then also moving that over to a swap once their, I guess, their version of a bonding curve would be minting out the token and then getting sent over to a fast trading environment. It's going to be exciting because this is combining the both worlds.
100%. And Jeff, Bitmap Tech himself, has agreed to, he proposed the idea of giving away 2,000 MERLs to 10 different people. So 10 people will win 200 MERL. So how do you enter? You can see people doing it already. You got guys like Retley Copter. He's just exactly like this.
Interesting name.
Bitcoin. You put make Bitcoin fun again, and then at your Twitter handle. Again, your Twitter handle is important. So that's how I'm going to reach you to get your wallet address to send you that MERL. And obviously it's going to be your EVM wallet. So make sure that you guys don't send me a Bitcoin wallet, because yes, MERL is a BRC20, but it's not tradable on layer 1 yet. But yeah, same, just like Green Man, just like Austin, just like So just keep doing it, guys. And my man Yasher, who is one of our mods, he's helping us out today. He's grabbing your name, grabbing your Twitter handle, and then putting it on a spreadsheet that I'm actually have up right now, and I'm going to be grabbing, and I'm going to be doing the wheel probably around, what is that, like 1 o'clock?
The wheel. I would say we probably do it maybe towards the end of the whole segment, right? So that's going to be more like 120. We'll probably do it, save the last 10 minutes, maybe even 115, right? Save that last 15 minutes for the wheel, and then we'll close out the show.
Sounds good. Let's get into it here. We got a lot of topics to cover in a little bit of time, so we're going to jump right through them. So, U.S. court rules sanctions placed against Tornado Cash crypto mixer were unlawful. The court reported Tornado Cash self-executing smart contracts aren't property under current law, limiting OFAC's regulatory power, and urged Congress to modernize the laws. So, Oh man, I feel like I can breathe again, right? I've been screaming this from the rooftop. No, seriously, this is the reason why we're trading meme coins right now, because people are afraid to put out smart contracts or put out projects that they can go to jail for when if North Korea decides to use them or not, right? And not in a you know, because they're not permission. I mean, they're permissionless. You don't need anyone to say I can use or I can't, and that's what this regulatory environment is not understanding. These are not property. This is just code. Right? It's
Yeah.
code. How can you go to jail for writing code?
So I do think that the new regulatory guidelines should work with companies like Tornado Cash to catch these bad
Yeah.
actors, right? So obviously you need to be able to have some sort of strategy. And if you're good enough as a government agency, regulatory government agency, and you're good enough to work with a company like them to be able to catch them somehow, then I think that that's fair. But it would be, something to where you would obviously need like really strong standing to be able to get that access, right? So this is definitely a move in the right direction because these founders, they didn't need to go to jail for that, in my opinion. Obviously, I don't know as much about the case as probably some people, but at the end of the day, obviously the department or whoever reversed this feels the same way.
100%. And it's like going to like the owner of this going to jail is like if Jeff Bezos went to jail for someone selling illegal stuff on his website, right? He's not looking at every single like thing that comes through and that's being sold, right? Like rumor has it a while ago, people were selling these boxes for like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they were going for there's people inside, right? So and yeah,
On Amazon?
yeah,
Wow.
but like Jeff Bezos shouldn't go to jail for that. You know what I mean? Like, and that's kind of what they're doing.
So basically,
with Tornado Cash.
exactly. So not to that extent. That's crazy what you just said.
Yeah,
but there were
wild.
like other companies that were selling cosmetic lenses, contact lenses without having like that license and stuff, as and so Amazon would catch it and then they would correct it, right? So that's what needs to happen. It's more about like working with the new regulations instead of like threatening to just throw them in jail and all this punishment. Because what happens is you end up curbing innovation. You end up halting innovation, and that's not something that we want.
And it's not up to the code to regulate itself, right? It's up to the on and off ramps. If you can just identify, hey, this wallet just did this legal transaction, here it is, right? Like, or something kind of, or something like that, or whatever. I don't know. I don't even know how you would regulate code, but especially code that's written to for privacy, right? Like, I don't even know how you would do that, but I don't think people should go to jail for creating innovative contracts and stuff. But we'll move along here. A bill to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve has been introduced in Brazil's Chamber of Deputies. Monkey see, monkey do. We've been saying it for a while here. The fact that the U.S. is encouraging this, Cynthia Lummis, Trump, that these countries are going to want to front run the U.S. They know Trump doesn't get in office until January 20th. They're going to want to have something by that point, because who knows what happens in March and April. If they push this through, Bitcoin could be 300K by that point, and they're all going to front run the U.S. because we are slow to do things. So potentially a country like Brazil can have this through in January.
This is just another bullish headline for a large country adding strategic reserve. And like you said, front running the United States. Some of these countries probably feel good front running them because they felt like the United States has always had the upper hand.
Oh yeah.
Right. So they're kind of like, okay, we got you this time, right? We like everybody's got you, because your current administration was blinded by, whatever their donors or whoever was encouraging them to stay away from, Bitcoin and crypto. But we're going to see more and more of this. But this is bullish, these type of headlines, Brazil adding it, and I expect the rest of Latin America to really get onboarded here, because for them it really will be monkey see, monkey do, because they see the first one to do it and they're very successful right now. El Salvador. Next one would be Argentina, which I don't know if they've established it yet or they are about to, but Melee's been doing amazing stuff. So all these other countries that are like, hey, we want to have success for our people too, they'll jump on board.
I think a lot of these BRICS nations, they're going to front run the U.S. for sure. They did not want to be left behind, especially against NATO alliances and stuff like that. So I definitely think the BRICS, meaning Brazil, they are the B in BRICS. They will push this forward quickly. And but there is some countries that already hold Bitcoin, right? The governments of US, China, and UK collectively hold 463,000 Bitcoin, worth $4.43 billion, representing 2% of the Bitcoin's current supply. So countries already hold Bitcoin. The US, China, and the UK, from confiscations or whatever. They never actually went out and bought it themselves, but they have Bitcoin in their government wallets. So technically, you can't really front run the US because they already have a couple, a bunch of Bitcoin. So
yeah, well, let's see, what this administration does for the next 2 months, right? Because it seems like they've been wanting to put blockades in the way for the incoming administration, and one thing would be to sell down this Bitcoin, so hopefully they don't do that. Hopefully they are smart and they keep it in the possession of the US, and then start adding to it next year, but we'll never know what happens until it happens.
I mean, don't give them any credit. They're the stupidest people in the world who are in charge right now. So they're gonna do the stupidest things possible, and you just gotta fix their mistakes when the time comes. But anyway, UK to fully regulate crypto by 2026. Again, I mean, if you're either trying to front run the US on a strategic reserve, or you're front running them on regulatory stuff. So this is another big deal, guys. This is so bullish. We're going to get a reserve, and we're going to get regulations that are crypto positive. I can't be any more bullish. 700K. I feel like maybe I'm not bullish enough.
Yeah, in previous cycles, whenever people call tops like that, where they're saying, even last cycle, there was a couple $1 million calls, which was ridiculous, and I dismissed them pretty quickly. And I'm still gonna stick to my conservative price points of 250 to 300,000. Some people actually think I'm too high on that, which is, to me,
You're way too low.
And then like the opposite side, I'm hearing 700, 800,000. I think there's been one or two $1 million calls, but like, if it was to happen, it's this one, because of the mass adoption by huge entities. That's the only thing that's making me say it's not necessarily so crazy as opposed to last cycle and the cycle before.
I truly believe this is the last cycle. I think once we get pushed into the monetary system, I don't think we're going to get cycles anymore. I think we're going to be a part of the monetary system, and I think this is your last chance to get wealthy in this bull market that we're about to see. But just my opinion. So Standard Chartered, who is a bunch of clowns, they say Bitcoin price will sink lower before hitting 100K. I don't think so. They said this at 91K. I think these guys are a bunch of they want to buy lower, right? That's what these companies do. They come out with this type of numbers and stuff because they want to buy it lower. But Standard Chartered, we're not going to give you that opportunity. Buy now or suffer the consequence. But God. Anything with that?
I was just gonna say, I expected it to continue down, after it got to 91.8, so maybe that $87,000 range, but we bounced back pretty well here, trying to hang around mid 95,000. So I can't imagine a bunch of people dumping on Thanksgiving Day, like the markets will be closed and stuff like that. So I don't know. Some of these people, you're right. Like there's FUD in like small communities and small ecosystems, but there's FUD on a large scale, and we see it all the time. So I think that's probably what this is.
Yeah. So the next thing here, Crypto Rover, congratulations. You trusted the 4-year Bitcoin cycle. So he has this amazing chart, which kind of goes off kind of Plan B's chart. Here, let me add this to the stage. So you can see that we're in the 4-year cycle. So every 4 years we see this upward momentum. We know that this one was really kind of messed up by Sam Bankman-Fried. We probably should have seen 100K. But now we are in this one, and look how big this box is that he drew here. And it's showing my number, 700K. So I mean, if we go up there, I mean, it looks very similar to every other time, right? Just barely touching it. And then if it does, I mean, we're hitting 700K. And I say 700K because that's 10 trillion. That's $10 trillion Bitcoin. And especially if gold gets to 20 trillion, I think that's very fair to be half of gold's market cap.
Yeah, there's a lot of comparisons to, well, I guess statements that Bitcoin's chasing gold this cycle, but it won't achieve the goal of passing it. I don't think, not this cycle.
Not this cycle, no.
Yeah, next one possibly. But you know, if you look at where the previous cycles stop, I would say a fair price point right there would be probably like 650, around there, maybe 600, right? So
Yeah.
it depends. The last one was a little bit lower than the previous one, and the previous one before that was about the same. So I don't know. Like it really depends. It's kind of weird though, like, because like the previous box is a lot smaller. I'm not sure why, unless it's the double top that did it. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
You know, because it was heavily manipulated in spring and in fall/winter. So that's probably why.
Yeah. Well, last cycle too, you didn't have buying pressure of, you know, of strategic reserves. You didn't have buying pressure from Amazon, Apple,
ETFs.
Nvidia. That's all common. ETFs. I mean, whoo, guys, I'm bullish. Sorry if I screamed, but Crypto Rover had another chart here, and I'm not really big on Crypto Rover, but he has some really good charts. So 4-month uptrend. The Bitcoin dominance has broken its 4-month uptrend. Altcoin season just started. We're seeing that with Ethereum. We're seeing that with a lot. But as you can see, we've been on this since July. This upward momentum where Bitcoin hit around 62, a little under 62 percent, and it's on its way down now. This is something that, shout out to Into the Cryptoverse with Benjamin Cohen, but he predicted this like to the T, to the damn number. And you can see we're broke. I think he started buying altcoins too. So, which is, it's definitely, it's definitely foreshadowing here that we're about to enter an alt season.
It's funny because people that have beef with him or whatever, like just on X, they think he's like just this huge Bitcoin maxi that hates altcoins. That's not the case. He actually just goes off of data trends and then he executes. So that's probably what he's gonna do right now, guys. He doesn't hate ETH or other shit coins. I mean, he probably calls them that still, but at the end of the day, like, he's in it to make the profit gains, percentage gains.
Well, he always says,
so
make more Satoshis. That's
exactly
all he wants to do.
And I think anybody, no matter if you're into ETH or Solana, any other ecosystem, you would probably agree that, like, heading back to adding more Satoshis is not a bad idea. You know what I mean?
No.
So with that being said, Benjamin Cohen's probably going to hang out as long as he can, because he did call probably that 70% dominance before the drop. We'll see.
I don't think he's ever said 70%. His number's always been 60.
High six, has it? Maybe it was somebody else that called high 60s and low 70% and then dropped down to 40%. But who knows? The dominance might not get down to what it usually does, because of the robust support that Bitcoin has this cycle. Like, you just named off 3 different things, and there's probably 2-3 more. ETF, nation states, huge corporations, the Bitcoin ecosystem. Like, there's so much going on for Bitcoin this cycle.
100%. ETF flows around 1,320 Bitcoin were sold and 11,000 ETH were bought on November 26th. ETF saw 122 million of net outflows. That's Bitcoin, and the ETH ETF saw 46 million. I'm sorry. 40.6 million in net inflows. So, we're seeing some something happen in the stock market as well. It's not just over here. You're seeing people sell Bitcoin and buy ETH, which kind of shows you that these really smart buyers over there, they understand what happens in cycles where it's Bitcoin, it's ETH, it's large caps, and then it's your small caps. But over here on Bitcoin, I think when ETH's going to flow, I think Dog's going to flow, right? I think that's our Ethereum over here, and that's why.
This is the first cycle that, like, we've seen Bitcoin layer 1 assets compete with ETH in the alt markets, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how things flow. It could get a ton of attention. It could kind of get attention taken away from it. I don't think it's not going to have a spotlight on it, because I think it will have a spotlight on it. It's just, how much of the spotlight will it get? That's the question.
I agree. Jim Cramer defends Bitcoin and crypto, says people ought to buy it. So at first I was like, oh man, but then I remember 2020, Cramer bought in at like 18,000 and he sold at like 50,000, and he was bullish that whole time while Bitcoin's running up. I hate Cramer. I hate him. But I don't think he's wrong this time. I think that maybe for the first time in Kramer's history, well, second time, that he's actually right here. So
there's going to be a point where Bitcoin is just so strong in terms of its uptrend
yeah,
momentum that he's not going to be able to call opposite for that period of time, right? So, I
yeah.
mean, you know, a clock is always right twice a day. So
Yeah, exactly. So this is the
one at a
once or
time.
twice.
Yeah.
So this is from Altcoin Gordon, someone I've been following. I don't know how true this is, but he said Amazon are reportedly looking to purchase 250 million of Bitcoin before the end of 2024. Let's just say, Microsoft is seeing this, the shareholders there, and they're like, look, every time some company buys Bitcoin, their stock pumps, right? Maybe I'm trying to get out by the end of the year. So guys, let's just pass this thing. I'll sell some Microsoft stock and then have a really good Christmas. So do you think this influences Microsoft's decision at all?
Probably, I would
Yeah.
imagine they have an official voting date, December 10th, right? Which happens to
Yes.
be the same date that you can get your Magic Eden token. Those guys are
Yeah.
good at what they do because I think they plan that on purpose. I think we might have like a giga pump in the ecosystem
Yeah.
on December 10th. Bitcoin and then Bitcoin ecosystem and Solana and all that stuff as well. But yeah, do I think that they noticed this? Yes, they're probably talking about this headline as well, trying to figure out, will this, can they front run this? Because I don't
Yeah.
know if Amazon has to go through their board to vote on this, or if there's some sort of legal setup to where Bezos makes all these decisions. I don't know what their
Yeah.
corporate structure looks like for that.
So, I think it really depends on how much share he holds, and I think he doesn't hold enough to kind of push it, but I think his team, I think, including everybody, that they could probably push this through without a board meeting. I mean, they'll probably have it obviously with the top shareholders. I think if you bring the top 5 shareholders together, I think that it's over 60%. So.
Yep.
All right, let's get into the Bitcoin price action brought to you by the great guys at BitPerp. BitPerp is going to be the leading leverage trading platform in the entire Bitcoin ecosystem. Why is that? It's because you're going to be able to take leverage on meme coins. You're going to be able to take leverage on Mr. Yen. They did a partnership with him a while ago, but not just that. Potentially any Rune that you want to get listed over there, you can get listed over there and take leverage on that. Obviously, leverage is something for really good traders, but you can take advantage of their paper trading competition that's coming back really soon. It's going to be exciting, and you guys can kind of learn how to trade. I'm not a big trader, but I love earning points, right? So I love playing on these test nets. So the test nets right now are going to be it's Bob, it's Core, it's B squared, it's BitLayer. So they're going to be adding a lot more. They're going to be on all the L2 guys. I truly believe that. So look out for BitPerp when their paper trading contest comes back. We'll let you guys know. And they should be launching early next year. I'm excited for them. I'm excited for them to be a part of the ecosystem and being that leverage platform that allows runes and BRC20s of all kinds.
Yep. And before we get into the Bitcoin price action, if you wouldn't mind on the YouTube side, guys, smash that like for us and then subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and turn your notifications on so you know when we go live. On the X side, hit that like for us and share this space, guys. That would help us a ton, and we appreciate you guys. Before I get into the actual Bitcoin price action brought to you guys by BitPerp, I want to show a little offering that they have. So you can actually earn BTP tokens now. So this is before their TGE. So this is their official token. There's 2 stipulations. You do have to deposit wrapped ETH or USDC to their perk_fi pools. So this is our partner Perk. And then you can, like I said, on X, it's at PERQ_FI. And then that's how you can earn the BTP token. So it's just kind of like a staking type of situation. But obviously, you need to read everything, all the stipulations, all this stuff on this page before you make an adult decision for yourself there. Okay, so let's get into some Bitcoin price action, which is one of my favorite segments of the day here. You can see here on the hour chart, I am using the BitPerp charts here, and if you just switch it to trading view, then you can add your own personal indicators here. So guys, if you don't want to pay for that trading view membership, you can just go use this for free. Little pro tip. Anyhow, right here you can see on the MACD on the hour chart, we have built up really strong momentum for Bitcoin, right? Like I was mentioning to Shizzy yesterday, I think we got down to 91,800 guys. And you know, what Bitcoin has been doing the past 2 weeks is anytime there's a retracement or a correction, it's been pretty much eaten up within like a day or two. And so this one took us about a day and a half, I feel like, because the 2 days ago we kind of retraced to 92.5 and then went back to 94 and then retraced yesterday to 91.8. But now we're back to 95.7. So the aggressive buy pressure is coming back a little bit. Do I think we get back to 98,000, 99,000? Probably not today, but this, you know, Bitcoin never surprises me. With tomorrow not having actual markets open in the stock, you know, traditional TradFi markets open to buy Bitcoin, you know, there might be buy or sell. There might be less sell pressure, and so, you know, just retail might be purchasing tomorrow. So it could continue this trend. We'll see. From the indicators, it is saying that, you know, for the second half of today, we'll probably end up, you know, chopping up with an uptrend, maybe get back to 96,000, 96.5. And again, Bitcoin can get aggressive at any moment. We've noticed that, especially right now. So I wouldn't be shocked if we blew past that, right? But that is what I'm seeing for the second half of today is probably, you know, chop with uptrend to 96, 96.5. On the 8-hour chart, what are we seeing here? A nice green candle is starting to form. Also, we're losing the sell pressure momentum on the MACD for the 8-hour chart. Love to see this. Love to see this. You know, if we can get out of here, then maybe the next week or so could be pretty bullish. You can see we are pointing upwards, trying to get out of oversold on the stochastic RSI as well. So, you know, this looks pretty good, but we still need some further confirmation from the MACD that we're officially out of sell pressure. That hasn't happened yet. What needs to happen is the blue and orange lines need to get closer to each other, actually be touching, and then stochastic needs to come out of oversold and start heading into the you know, middle territory to overbought. So for the next week or so, you know, I still think the verdict needs to be, you know, is still out. We need to see, you know, how today and tomorrow kind of changes this chart. But, you know, it is heading in the right direction. I'm not going to call which direction it's going to go yet because we need further confirmation there. But hopefully that helps you guys. And yeah, you know, I would say one thing: don't freak out right now if we do see corrections, because, like I said, the buy the dip aggression has been pretty good, pretty strong.
Yep, 100%. I'm bullish, dude. I don't know, man. We're about to hit 96K. I'm so goddamn bullish right now. Going into Thanksgiving, going into Monday's the 1st, right? We're officially in December. And every halving year December has been absolutely amazing. And if we get, let's just say we finish this month up 40%, I definitely can see us up finishing the next month up another 40%. And it's just, there's just so much bullish momentum, so much. I'm excited. But let's kind of get into the roll call here. Let's see. So yeah, so I saw someone say in the chat, why did they delete my comment? We don't delete comments, guys. We never delete comments unless you are telling us your seed phrase and you want, or some crap like that, which some bots or something do. So, but if you're legit, we will never delete your comments, but YouTube does. We don't know why. We have no idea why. It's usually be like a couple hours before maybe a reset or something. But if you do pop on early the day before and put a comment in there, good chance it gets deleted. But you can also have a good chance of getting in that #1 spot, like my friend Tim Baker is. He said, let's go. Tim Baker did this at 1:18 a.m. So shout out to Tim. I don't know if I delete comments before that point. I have no idea. But all I can say is Tim Baker is showing that he is #1. So shout out to Tim Baker. #2 spot, we got WebDro, followed by the Chief Axel, my guy, Cheaty, who's always here. He's just making Bitcoin fun again. Make sure you guys are putting your Twitter handle as well. I do see that my man Yasher is knocking out the names for us, but there's some spots that do not have a Twitter handle. So guys, make sure you do it again, Chief Axel, and put your Twitter handle, please. It will just help me later. Appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Cheaty is here, like I said. Level Up Tech is here. You've been here a lot, but you haven't been here recently. You got to be in here more often. No, I'm just kidding. But shout out to you. Thank you so much for being here. Yasher says, greetings, people. Do not forget to make Bitcoin fun again for a chance to win. Yes, thank you, Yasher. Green Man is here. PJNZ, peanut butter jelly time, says, buy the dip, let it rip, let's go. Lackey Lukey with his Billy Cat. Shout out to Lackey Lukey. Bitmap Core is here. Oh, this guy. You know this guy? It's the Shizzy. Shizzy's
Shizzy or?
We got Joko is here. Shout out to Joko. Let's see, like Meet Physical Art. Yeah, Meet Physical Art is here. Batuzai GM. Shout out to you, my friend.
Got it.
DIY is good for you. Shout out to you. Yeah, I'm not a DIY guy. Are you? I can't do shit myself.
Depends. Like what difficulty level the DIY project is, you know, because sometimes it's just easier just to pay for it.
Yeah, honestly, dude. Honestly, I'm a payer. Mats is here. Inagi is here. ASAP, Benji, every single day. ASAP, man. I appreciate you, my friend.
Yes,
Green
sir.
Baked, the same. Appreciate you. D Love is here. My man Choda, market pumping again. Shout out to you. Cat Daddy is here. Cat Daddy. Mats
I like
is
that.
here. Shout out to Mats, Steamy J, Enrique Vargas. It's been a while, my friend. Hi, Legends. Always enjoying your show. Shout out to you, my friend. And make sure you put in, get involved in this contest. Definitely want one of our community member guys to win here before later. When see other people hop in. So Mats is here. And we got, I'm gonna say this one.
Oh man, I remember this one. Seki?
We'll call you Zap.
Zapraseki.
Zapraseki.
Yeah,
Shout out to you, my friend.
Zapraseki.
We got the Bit Pets in here from X. Shout out to Bit Peps. Austin Gray is here. No. Rentley Copter is in the building. Shout out to Rentley. I hope I said that right. Bitmap Gallery is here. Musty is here. Shout out to Musty. I think your first time here, shoot. Thank you so much, Musty. Rick G is here. Wellness Noun is in the building. Shout out to Wellness Noun. EF is here. Sarit. Sircon.
Sircon Dural.
Shout out to you, my friend. Ant-Man is here. Mike's World is always here. Shout out to Mike's World. MB Farms is here. Let's see. Fixed is here, like always. Shout out to my man Fixed. Paywan is here. High Man Up says, you guys loading up on potato right now. Mint is almost out. Yeah, we looked into that a little bit. We actually bought some on secondary. It's a very minimal amount. X Coots is here. Albert is here, like every single day. Albert's my guy right here. Oh, you want to say this one?
Can't. Nah. Make Bitcoin fun again.
And we got another one. Shout out to you guys, man. Oh, wait, there's more.
Hey, I love it, man. We got our audience from the East.
Shout out in the building. Yegoon is here. Shout out to you. And we got Sultan is here. Sultan the IBM. Connor is here. X again. Let's see. Someone at Sixes. What's up, Sixes? My guy with his Billy Cat. Cryptodemic is here. I Walk Alone is in the building. Super Stylish is here. Shout out to Miss is here, and then X again. Shout out to all you guys. Miscellaneous, of course. But shout out to all you guys, man. Really appreciate every single one of you guys make roll call. We have 328 people here on this Wednesday. A little bit housekeeping. We are off tomorrow. Oh, Mike Bennett just opted in the back end. He says yellow. But just so you guys know, we're off tomorrow and Friday. Me and Yagobi are taking, I think, might be our first ever day off. Honestly, we've been going consistent now since I want to say June, Monday to Friday. I think we missed a little bit for Nashville, but besides that, I don't think we've ever missed. You know, if Yagobi was out,
I think it was before that though, wasn't it? We were going live. We started going live in late March, I think.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I think Nashville was the only time that we actually.
Yeah. So we did take off from Nashville. That's right.
Yeah. Now that I think about it,
makes sense.
But shout out to you guys, man. We're gonna take 2 days off. And then the weekend, but we're gonna have videos for you guys. We're gonna have a video on Friday. Possibly, I'm gonna do an airdrop video, guys, like airdrop chasing. There's a bunch of them that I'm doing daily, and I think you guys would love that. So I'm gonna do a couple. It's all test nets. All you can lose is your time. So definitely want to check those videos out. I'm probably have that out by the weekend, but we'll see if I get time to do it. I should. But yeah, that's the roll call. Let's kind of get into today's show here. So there's a new rune. Oh, there it goes.
I got it.
It's organic Bitcoin created by unsanctioned Wiz community, has been airdropped as a surprise to 9,000 Wizard and Bitcoin Wizard Ordinal holders. I like the ticker organic Bitcoin. It's actually kind of cool. I mean, and I don't know would you consider this funny?
Is it truly organic? No, I'm just kidding. But no, I mean it's cool. It's cool, you know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have correlated that to the Wizards, but cool that they did that. Like, but what is it worth? What's the value? What's the backstory, right? Because I think whenever you do like an airdrop of a token to a NFT or ordinal community, you got to have some substance to that token, right? But if it's just an airdrop and it's like just for fun, you know, then to me it's like, okay, this is probably not going to be, you know, like high market cap, but you never know. Weird things can happen.
Yeah, I mean, if the Wizards don't sell, and people want in that community, then I mean, could do well. But if they all dump, if they're all like the puppets and dump, then it'd be different. But we'll see. All right. Fractal Bitcoin. A fractal is growing our very own mascot. This tiny sprout is. I should have known it was potato by this comment here. This was from yesterday. This tiny sprout is beginning something big, and we need your help to make it grow. Fractal Bitcoin has entered the meme game, launching their official mascot ticker, Potato, which is currently minting. It's probably like 99% at this point, but at the time I grabbed this, it was like 63. So, what do you think about this? I'm not seeing Fractal come out and say this BRC20 is theirs. This might have been a community thing, and people are kind of front running it or whatever. I don't know. I doubt that they, put it out there. But what do you think about this?
Well, where'd you get the post from? Because you said you saw the post.
I got this post right here from Fractal Team, right, the tiny sprout.
Okay.
And then they did post about a potato. And then Francis Dune, he said, who's the top guy over there on Fractal, meaning like community or leader over there. Fractal Bitcoin has entered the meme game, launching their official mascot ticker, Potato. So that's from him. And but I'm not seeing that anywhere else. But Francis is a guy who's pretty tuned in. So when he says something, he's not going to be wrong about it. So.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Like, I think they're just trying to have an official meme that represents them, right? They want to be a part of this meme energy. I do think that the meme pump is still here for Q4. I think it probably fades a little bit in Q1. Like right now, it's cooled off a little bit, but I think the meme energy comes back in December and stuff like that. So this is perfect time for them to do that. But it also is kind of like, how do the Glizzy holders feel about this? How do the other BRC20 holders PSYOP Cat, well, those are Cat 20, right? And Cat. So I don't know, they're probably not too happy about it because this is going to take liquidity from those other tokens. And also, like, are they going to forget about the other tokens? Because I imagine they're going to put this in the pool for earning, right? Because if they're not, then why is it the mascot?
I hate the way it looks. Like, it's not. There's like no. My son could draw this. Like, it's seriously a circle. Like, this is not like.
I mean,
they didn't hire an artist.
How awesome can you draw a potato, bro? Like,
I can draw a good potato.
Maybe like a Mr. Potato. Remember the Mr. Potato where you could put the facial features on?
Yeah, that would have been cool.
But then you get what is it? Cease and desist letter from Mr. Potato, which would be weird.
So here's the tweet. They said, and just like that, a mascot is born. After days of growing and nurturing, we've harvested more than 1,000 replies across both posts. We've mined it out of the ground, and it's officially our fractal potato. Say GM to this cutie. It's who writes this shit? It's all thanks to you, our amazing fractal fam. Similar to how potatoes are staples in the kitchen, our fractal potato is becoming a staple of our fractal socials. Get comfy, you'll see it around. And then they did have fractal IO, and it did have a link here. I wonder if this link is going to that mint, because it might. Oh no, this is
what though? Like they've never mentioned a meme coin. They've never mentioned anything. No. So this doesn't necessarily mean that this is, someone probably just launched that potato token.
Yeah, someone definitely just launched it. That's all it was. I don't think that it was. This is not something that they did
by the team. The team didn't do this. Okay.
No.
Okay. I just want to be clear for the audience. So that doesn't mean that this token cannot skyrocket, right? Like it could obviously skyrocket still because it's from the fractal community, but the actual fractal team and company did not launch that. And we had Matt's here that says, shout out to Matt's. What's up, Matt's? He says potato wasn't deployed by fractal. I mean, it made me think, it wouldn't make sense for them to do that, right? So
not at all. I mean, but so I got that from Francis, the original thing there, and I think Francis is trying to bring people to fractal. Fractal has really been really bad. Like, there's no liquidity there.
Low energy.
It's so low energy over there. It's only Francis Dune. Like, there's no one else talking besides us. I mean, we hit on it when there's news because we hit on everything when there's news. But it's just a sad environment right now.
Well, I wouldn't call it sad. I'd call it, look, there was an initial hype that happened, right? I mean, a lot of chains go through this, Let's remember Arbitrum like had a little bit of a hype whenever they launched last year or last cycle, and I think it was like late 2021 or mid 2021, and they were like the scaling solution. People were excited about it, and then all of a sudden they like didn't pay attention to it, and then later on they came back. So Merlin also had like that high energy in February, March, right? And then kind of we weren't ready for the bull run. So I think they're just going through that right now. So that's a growing pains thing. And so I expect them, Spencer is a part his history. You look at his history and he has success written in his history. I mean, he was a part of the founding team with CoinMarketCap, for crying out loud, right? He's worked for huge centralized exchanges. So I don't doubt his skill set from at least from his resume level. So let's kind of give them some time. Let's see the bull market get like the engines get turning. But I do see what you're saying though. People get disappointed very easily and quickly in this space because the expectation is there, right? It's like, oh, things need to blow up, and sometimes it just takes time.
And we had him on the show. If you guys want to go check out that video, we did a show with Spencer, and he said he really didn't really say anything, and he just said the next halving is 2 years away. So they're not even thinking this year, right? They're obviously they want their coin to pump, but this is a long run project for them. This is a passion project for Spencer. This isn't something that's going to be just here, go guys, go at it, and then it kind of fades off. This is something they want to be more of a a growing chain. Maybe it's going to take 4 years for this actually to really take off.
Yep. And guys, I want to remind you guys, if you're putting the phrase "make Bitcoin fun again" in the chat, make sure you add your X handle right after that in the chat as well, like in one like submission, right? Because that's how you're going to get to be able to qualify for this wheel spins at the end.
Well, I'm still going to qualify anyone who says make Bitcoin again, but it would just make it easier for me if you guys put your Twitter handle too, because I don't got to sniff you out. And so, but if you do win and I can't find you, that's your problem. So make sure you guys put your Twitter handle in there as well. So let's see. I think we have a few more things. Okay. So Pump.fun accounted for 62% of Solana's DEX transactions in November so far. Can something like BTC.fun do this for Merlin? Do you see maybe this is even possible? 62%. I mean, that's a lot.
So I think because the fundamental differences between BTC.fun and Pump.fun. First of all, Pump.fun, obviously proved that it has, an attraction to it, right? So I think you might even get some users from Solana, some users from Ethereum, some users from Base, because it's not exactly like Pump.fun. You're doing a mint process, and if that Rune or BRC20 mints out, like for example, I'm gonna give you kind of the step-by-step, not into super detail for the audience here. I want to mint a meme coin called Yagobi. I go to BTC.fun and I select I want to launch coin. I select BRC20. I can either select Runes or BRC20. I just select BRC20 because Yagobi, whatever, like the characters. And then I put the supply in, and I put how many mints per transaction. And then they actually go to Bitcoin layer 1. They deploy what I wanted, and then they bridge it back. And then now this mint is open on Merlin Chain for everybody that wants to participate. Yeah. But so you're basically doing the free and fair mint in a hot, fast-paced Ethereum environment, right? Like environment, sorry, on Merlin Chain, right? So now people are actually minting instead of buying in early with liquidity pool and stuff like that. So how it works is once that mint is minted out, the fees for that mint forms the liquidity pool. It gets sent to Merlin Swap, and then you can start degenning that way, right? Yeah. But let's say the mint doesn't get minted out under like a certain time period. Let's say they set it for 24, 48 hours or whatever. Then everybody that minted and the token doesn't mint out, they get refunded what they minted. And I'll let them clarify that in the, once they get on here in about like 12 minutes. But that is the understanding that we have. So because it brings that free and fair mint process in, that can attract the Solana degens, the base degens, the ETH degens. And because it has a fast-paced, DEX environment after it hits that bonding curve of minting out, it will bring over the BTC guys. So I think it brings in both, it attracts both sides. So I think that's why there's a chance that it can perform like Pump.fun.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think this actually comes maybe 80% of all Merlin transactions. I think especially in the first couple weeks of this, because it's going to be exciting. It's going to be new. And, someone like me who hasn't really ever played with something like, I was tempted the one day I was on Pump.fun and I was tempted to add some Solana, but I just couldn't go through with it. Right. But something like Merlin, I would definitely, we have some MERL. I'll definitely kind of play with that a little bit. Right. So I'm definitely excited for that. But BTC.fun, who's going to be on the show later in about 20 minutes, they said we will be launching a test token on Merlin Party to help users go through our product. There will be an airdrop, fair launch, mini app, and trading bots for this token. All I can say is bullish. So I went and looked, and it's a 5-digit ticker, so it's like it's easy for them to do it, and they get the whole supply, and it's bridged to Merlin. So I'm excited for this. This is gonna be a really good token, and I definitely obviously it's an airdrop. It's free, 100% fair, free and fair.
Yeah, and the mini app and trading bots part, I think people
Yeah.
need to understand that that is a specific strategy to bring volume in. And we're talking about Telegram mini apps. This is that approach. So, we've been hearing Jeff and his team at Merlin Chain talk about onboarding users, via Telegram mini apps and TikTok and all these things. We're about to see the very first dApp to do that on Merlin
Yeah.
Chain. So this is not only innovative for the product that BTC.fun has, because that's innovative in itself, but also the approach that they're using to bring volume in. So I'm super excited because I think that the volume will be there. We'll
Yeah.
see. Maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, I just feel like the build up and the planning and everything for this, I think it's gonna be there.
Yeah, me too. I agree. What about something like SatsPump.fun on Fractal? Do you think that could potentially take off 60-70% of the Fractal transactions?
Yeah, so I think Francis did an amazing job there.
Yeah.
It was a big lift in terms of bringing that type of innovation to Fractal. It's a UTXO chain that typically doesn't have that type of product, right? But with Fractal having Opcat and stuff like that, I do think once it gets going and the momentum kicks in, then it will. And it has a different approach, right? So
Yeah,
a lot of people are like,
100%.
"Oh, this is second pump fun," but no, they're different. Like one is literally you can only do runes or BRC20s, but you're able to bridge it over so you can do it on Merlin Chain versus the other one that is, you can pretty much name it however you want. It's Cat 20 token protocol. And you have to remember, these Cat 20s that go through Sat Pump Fun, once Opcat's added to Bell's chain and Opcat's added to, let's say, Bitcoin one day, these Cat 20s that are birthed on Sats Pump Fun will possibly be able to travel to Bell's chain, to Bitcoin, to another UTXO chain that adds Opcat. So that's where I think the upside for Sats Pump Fun lies, and I think Francis is a guy that can make that happen.
I agree. All right, I want to jump into some just kind of a quick runes update before we get into this Merlin hour that we're about to be in, which is going to be fun and exciting. But I definitely don't want to leave you guys without like a runes update because we are going to be going for a couple days. So let me share my screen here. All right, I like to be on the 7-day. So we see a lot of red, Yagobi. You see a lot of red, except this one, which we think. I mean, they got the check mark now, so apparently this isn't a scam anymore. I don't know, but yeah, which is weird, right? Because I was being told by the community that this was a scam.
Well, the whole thing is volume, right? So they look
Yeah.
for how many transactions, and after you hit a certain amount of transactions, then you get that check mark. So I don't know if there's probably a couple other things that milestones you have to achieve it. But yeah, I mean, for me, it still only has 777 holders, right? So I probably wouldn't touch this thing until it got to maybe like 3,000 around there, 3,000 holders, because 777, that tells me probably that these holders are like top 5%, a couple of them maybe in terms of supply. So
we got a question here. What are your thoughts on Memento Mori in the long run? So obviously this is Casey's gift to his Patreon members that he gave out, and obviously you were able to mine the other 50%. So 50% was gifted to the Patreon members, 50% was minted out just free and fair. What are your thoughts on this? And you have to remember too that this is parent child to Ordinal Zero.
Yes, but you got to admit, man, I called this one pretty like dead on. Did I not?
Yeah,
I did. I said
100%.
it's going to be in the top 5 for a little bit, and then the interest is going to fade. It's going to not go to zero, but it's going to hang around mid market cap or low to mid, and it's sitting at 15 million right now. So long term, kind of what I just said. I don't expect
Yeah.
it to go to zero or anything like that. It will never probably ever go to zero because Casey is the one that launched it and stuff like that. Now it will have moments of like burst whenever the Rune's ecosystem gets energized. But I don't think it will ever be one of those like top runes. And I could be wrong. But just based off of, what I've seen in the past, something that has kind of Casey's like fingerprints on it. It doesn't like go absolutely nuts and dominates the market, but it also doesn't go to zero. It hangs around like middle to kind of lower trend. And eventually every once in a while bounce up. Hey, I'm here. That's how I predict Memento Mori.
No, I completely agree with that. I couldn't have said it better myself. I think you're dead on with that for sure. Let's just jump up to these ones here. So we kind of have a new top 5, right, in volume. We have Gizmo staying in that 5th spot. Billion Dollar Cat in that 4th spot. Cypher Genesis has now pushed Memento Mori to the back end. Do you think Cypher Genesis is here to stay in the volume for top 5?
It depends on the product evolution for the AI tool that Butoshi has been using and utilizing. If that becomes more useful for the public, then I think it grows in market cap and strength. If it doesn't, then I think it probably kind of does something similar to Memento Mori, where it kind of hangs back. And that's something that could get closer to like $5 million, between $1 and $5 million market cap eventually, right? But it seems like Butoshi likes to, be innovative with these tools and integrate them with community. So as long as he can get people to use them, or, it becomes a service that's a lot of, mass adoption within our ecosystem at least, then I think it can continue its strength.
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree. If you can only put one in your portfolio, which one you putting in? Cypher Genesis or Memento Mori? Our good guy Yasher kind of gave his opinion here, which is awesome. He said my Cypher Genesis is his personal opinion.
Yeah, I agree with Asher. I think that it has more potential upside than Memento Mori. Memento Mori, like I said, it can have spurts of energy, which don't get it twisted. Like, because I say like middle to lower trend of market cap, it will grow as the Runes market cap collective grows, right? Like, so example, Dog Go to the Moon gets to like $1.5 billion market cap. I'll probably see Memento Mori at like $50 million market cap, or $70 million market cap, something like that. It's going to grow according. That's one thing that you can kind of look at and say, oh, this might be kind of a safe play, but not a huge gainer, right? But depending on where we are, we're at 15 million. So 70 million is what, like a 4x from that?
Yeah.
I think that's a 4x, almost exactly, like 4 point something, right?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Good take. Pelpa says Butoshi is cooking. He ran the main repo chief for real. I'm not 100% sure what he means by that. But yeah. And then Paywan here says if Bell's pulls Opcat upgrade, it will suck liquidity from Fractal, and it has a better. Yeah, I agree. I think if it can get Opcat and potentially these Cat 20s can move to Bell's, I think Cat 20s run and Bell's runs well.
Yeah, so look, Fractal has a lot of investment behind it, and I think they will try to do something like quickly maneuver, their tokenomics or whatever they can do. Maybe like create some amazing incentive program for governance for the FB token or something. But I agree in terms of like right off the cuff, because Paula makes a good point. Like the thing about Bell's Coin's tokenomics, and so to get into that really quick, is 70 million is the number for Bell's Coin supply wise on the next epoch, which would be, I think it's February.
Yeah.
So the last epoch,
it's in June.
Okay,
June.
Last epoch. This is the last epoch. Think of it as a halving. This is the last time that the reward gets cut, and it will be in June, I guess. And that puts the supply at 70 million Bell's Coin, which is only a little bit more than 3x the total supply of Bitcoin, right? So imagine. And then 1 million emission token drip every year after that, right? So it would take 10 years for it to get to 80 million. That's extremely bullish on tokenomics for me.
Yep, 100%.
But because of that, also, like, it's not going to take much, guys, to make the market cap of Bells to go parabolic, right? And you're going to see the price go nuts, and you're going to be like, oh my God, how's that happen? It's because of right now, I think there's only like, if I looked, I think last time I saw there was like maybe 18 million that's in circulation. And that's with the miners all having theirs, right? So if they see Bells going to $5, $10, $20, they're not going to sell right then, right away. They're going to say, how long? Eventually, they'll taper off and DCA out. Okay, so sorry, there's 54.48 million that's in circulation right now. So you're looking at 16 more that's coming in by June, dude. How can you not be bullish on those tokenomics?
I agree 100%. We saw some really red by pups, 20%. I mean, that's a lot of money. You're talking at 200. I mean, this was up to $340 million market cap. But over the last week, we saw about 20% of that leave. But we have saw a lot of red, but that's pretty insane. But we did see them get rejected by Binance for the perp contracts. So, and I think that's kind of a big deal. But they're sitting on like $19 million, maybe a little less than that, maybe closer to like 13 now with this dip. But how do you feel about pups? Do you think this is a buy right now?
Yeah, I think it's. I would probably like it closer to 200. But
yeah,
at the end, what is that right now? 230,
229.
230. Yeah, 230 million market cap. Yeah, look, I think the guy that you have behind it, and Farmer Joe, I mean, he's proven over and over that he can get things going. I don't know what strings he's pulling behind the scene. He doesn't ever talk about it, but I just know he's pulling strings. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so the fact that him and the puppet community can really get things going. I mean, the puppets are still the top 10,000 supply collection on the floor right now, right? So you're looking at a successful project and brand. And short answer is yes. I would probably want it a little bit lower, but I would be okay, buying in here.
All right, last one before we get into Jeff and Merlin. $1 billion cat down 11% on the week, sitting at 122 million. This is just a buy right now.
Of course, you know that I'm going to say BDC is a buy. It's the most brandable Bitcoin meme coin in existence.
I threw you a softball, but yeah, you knocked it out the park as always. But it is officially time. We're gonna get into Merlin. So we didn't have Merlin Monday this week because our guy Jeff was under the weather, but we have a very special version of this today because we got this BTC.fun kickoff, guys. This is going to be really exciting, and we are both really excited for this.
Yeah, and like I mentioned before, this is gonna be pretty relaxing. Just chill kind of conversation about the space in general. What's new with Merlin? Of course, we'll talk about that. But we're gonna have everybody on stage with us at the same time, as that's kind of the feel we're gonna go for, more of an X Spaces approach with this. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring up. We got Mr. J and Jeff waiting below, so let's bring them both up at the same time here. What is going on, guys? How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Ready. Yeah, this is my this is my third podcast or to the space. I say today. Yeah, doing okay.
Gotcha. So you're. Go ahead.
No, I said Jeff's on the marathon.
Yeah, he is. I saw earlier you guys had a space. Why so many spaces in a short period of time?
Yeah, I think just because we're launching lots of stuff recently, like at the beginning. Hello guys. At the beginning of this month, we said we're going to launch something cool, BTC.fun, Telegrams. So lots of things are coming up. Even more, we can talk more today. So yeah, I think it's time for us to get out there, talk to people. Maybe we are confused. Is there anything new with Merlin? So we'll be more active. Yeah.
Nice. And then Mr. J, what have you been up to?
Sorry?
What have you been up to lately?
Been checking out Telegram, man.
Telegram. So you guys have been playing with the mini apps?
Yeah, There's a lot of cool stuff that's getting built, and just doing a lot of research on what you can do there as well.
Gotcha. Awesome. All right. We also brought up Eric, Mr. BRC20 coins for you guys that aren't in the Bitcoin ecosystem. You know who he is. He was the co-host for a very long time with Good Morning Bitcoin, and a good friend of the show, of course. How are you doing, Eric?
What's up, guys? I'm doing just running around, day before the holiday. Figured I'd pop in here, but good to see everybody. Hope everybody's doing well.
What's up, brother?
Nice. Like that car, man. Looks kind of like a Tesla. So you pulled the trigger on it, huh?
I did. I had to with the price of the sucker. I just had to. The dealership fucked this up, so it's a no-brainer.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah, and for the audience, guys, Merlin Chain and Jeff has been very generous in terms of giving away 2,000 MERL. So make sure that you put "Make Bitcoin Fun Again" and your X tag in the chat, and you will qualify for a spin at the end of the show to have a chance to win part of that 2,000 MERL. But I want to kick it off with just talking about the space a bit. But before, I guess we'll kick it off with this. Jeff, do you have any big updates from Merlin Chain so we can kind of get that part out of the way?
Big? Yeah, I don't know. I think though, BTC.fun, in my mind, is kind of a revolutionary product. It's very, very new. It's even different from PumpFun. It's very unique, and we have lots of teams building around this. We have infras, we have 4 to 5 bots. So I think a lot of people are working around this for months. If you check their domain registration time, if you check all this work by us, I think it's finally going to be up. So me personally, I'm very excited about this. And all these Telegram mini apps we talked before, I think one by one they will be launched. Starting tomorrow. So probably will be like 5 to 10 by the end of the next week. So yeah, that is basically the big image here.
Could you actually explain BTC.fun? This maybe someone who doesn't know what it is and why is it different than all the rest of the pump fund models?
Yeah, of course. So I can explain this, comparing to 2 different ways of mint tokens. So comparing to Bitcoin Layer 1, I think the difference is first, if you mint Bitcoin Layer 1, you basically paying all your costs, your gas fees to the miners, and those liquidity you just cannot get them back because they're just sink cost. And also we mint a token and it doesn't get mint out. Basically, you just lose your money because it doesn't even get mint out, so you probably don't get any money back. And that is what happened on Bitcoin Layer 1. And of course, no smart contract, lack of liquidity, blah blah blah. But I think on the mechanism, that is the main difference between BTC.fun, because first, in BTC.fun, every money you spend to mint out these assets will be fully locked in the LP, just like PumpFun. So no matter, like the second you mint out the asset, you can dump them into the LP, so you don't lose much money. You lose like 10%, 5%. Even on the mechanism, if you actually dump on the first second when it was mint out, you probably get like 20% profits because it's a range. So you dump first, you get like some profits. You dump later, you get some loss, but you'll get most of your money back. And if it doesn't mint out, in like 12 hours, 24 hours, it like depends on the creator who sets up the time. If it doesn't get mint out, you'll get full refund. So you don't have to worry about if this can be mint out or not. So I think that's the main difference between the minting process on Layer 1 and Layer 2. And I'll talk about the infras like later, but that's just like the mechanism. And comparing to PumpFun, I think there's some difference as well, because in PumpFun we launched a token. It has bonding curve, so you get there earlier. You have a cheaper price. You get that later. You have a higher price. And then if it gets like mint out, but it's actually not mint, but yeah, you guys know what I mean. So when it gets finished and goes to the decentralized exchange, you can trade from there. But in Bitcoin, we kind of believe in fair launch, so we don't want people who come first get a better price, who come later get a worse price. So basically, in the whole minting process, you'll get the same price. So I think that's the difference between the and also in pump fund you don't get refund, so people kind of get into PvP during the launching space. But in BTC.fun you don't have to worry. You go there, you like this, you just mint them, and if it gets mint out, you can dump them. If it doesn't, you get full refund. So I think that is what we say, easier game and easier games. That is what we're trying to get the message out there.
Love it, love it. Huge tweet today from that team. They mentioned something about a party token and an airdrop. Could you kind of get into that a little bit?
Yeah. So I think we have lots of ideas about how BTC.fun can be innovative. So we do lots of things around that. First, the minting, of course. Second, we'll kind of add airdrop function in the future. So if you're creating a token, you want to airdrop this to layer 1 no monkey holders, or you want to airdrop these tokens, some of the tokens to layer 1 Ordi holders or layer 2 MERL holders. We want to add that function, that ability to the users who create the token. So we'll be testing the airdrop function. We'll be testing the Twitter bot function. So in the future, if you create a new token, you can actually create a bot on Twitter. So you can talk to people, let them know what's going on with this token, what's the spirit behind that. So we're testing that as well. We're testing the Telegram mini apps built for BTC.fun. So if you go to Telegram, you try these mini apps, you can play some games there, you can do some minting there. So basically, we're doing all these future functions. Not necessarily going to be on day one, but we're testing all these future functions with this testing token, and it's a BRC20 token. I'm always a fan of BRC20, even though I admit runes will be the king, will be the fundamental token standard for Bitcoin right now. Half a year ago, I already concede, but I still love BRC20. So I think the team picked BRC20 token 5 byte party. Which they want to show the unity between all collections, all assets. Yeah, so basically I think that's what's going on with their first test token. I think test token will be probably live in 7 days. So yeah, we can go there, check our if we can get airdrops.
Yeah.
The snapshot has been taken for over 10 days, so everything is set.
So, okay, so my final question on this would be, if I have a node monkey on Bitcoin layer 1 and that's part of the airdrop, not saying it is, I will get the airdrop on Merlin. So all I have to do is go to Merlin and it'll
No, you will get your airdrop on layer 1. You just go there, connect your wallet, 0 fees. You don't have to sign for any transaction. The BRC20 inscription will be airdropped to your layer 1 Bitcoin address, so you don't feel a thing.
Interesting. That's interesting. Will the airdrop feature be available? I'm not sure if you know this, but for if I wanted to create a new meme, or is it only kind of to kick things off? Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Is this going to be insanely expensive to do? Because we know Unisat spent insane amount of money on their airdrop.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why we test it first. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I want to ask Eric a question, because Eric recently, learned about BTC.fun and how the mechanics work. And I know you're probably still learning about it, Eric, but, what do you think about bringing this free and fair mint approach that we experience in the Bitcoin ecosystem to a fast-paced trading environment? And then obviously once it mints out, it goes into a liquidity pool like Pump Fund. Do you think it's innovative? Do you think it's something that can catch? What's your opinions?
Building in the space, you don't know if anything is going to work if you don't build it and you don't put it out there for people to try, right? I like the idea. I like the concept of it. If it's going to bring more users to Bitcoin, essentially layer 1, then I like that, right? I like the ideas of those fees going into liquidity pools. I like the idea if a token, doesn't mint out, you get your money back, right? So I like what they're building over there, and that team. I've talked to that team, and I know they've been cooking for a bit. So I'm excited to see how they continue to keep cooking with the product. So yeah, I've always been excited, for products and such launching, because that's what I've always experimented with, right? And some have failed, and some have worked. But again, you won't know if those will be a success or not unless you launch it and let people play with it.
Yeah. Exactly. And for the audience that doesn't know Eric, he has been, the lead of multiple different platforms and projects before. Atomical's wallet being one, or market. Sorry, Atomical Market being one, and then also Doji.fun as well. So he has the experience of launching, so he knows the stress, and then also the receiving the rewards there. Mr. J, how about you? How do you feel? Kind of trying to take your mind out from like a builder's perspective in Merlin, just a regular user. What's your expectation for something like bringing free and fair mint to like in Merlin environment, which is similar to like Base and Solana and Ethereum? Like, do you think that they're going to appreciate being able to get into the mint level before they can trade degen style?
Yeah, I think so. On a few levels, with Pump Fun, a lot of times people get into like a token pretty late, and then they would feel like, oh shit, I'm really buying to such a high market cap, right? But with the way like BTC.fun is doing it, it's a very innovative way where everyone gets a fair chance. So I think back to the experience that I had coming into Bitcoin. I was on Solana previously as well. So the experience of that free and not free, that fair launch kind of experience is something that kind of like kept me really, really deep into Ordinals. We're talking about like BRC20 and Runes. Everyone kind of mints sort of at the same level, which is even better now on Merlin, now that you don't have to have these gas wars to mint it. So I would say this brings a lot of like accessibility to the fair launch model that we do have on Bitcoin. It's like a pretty much an extension of that. And knowing that there's so many users who are already tired of like getting not bonding their tokens and then like losing a lot of their funds, or joining into like tokens pre-bonding and then only for it to like go all the way down. So I think a lot of this frustration is kind of addressed by BTC.fun, and I can see the appeal of this of like being able to join in a very fair way. I think fairness and being able to degen very fairly is something that would really spark the growth of this.
Yeah, I agree. It's almost kind of like a more mature version of maybe Pump Fun. We'll have to obviously see it in action before we can make that statement. But as we've known the past week, with the live streaming, the Pump Fun degens are pretty crazy. And so I think we probably need to pull it back a little bit. And this might be a good breath of fresh air for those degens to come over and try this out.
Would there be like live streaming on Pump Fun, BTC.fun? That would be pretty cool.
I hope not, but if it is, I hope it's controlled, because that live streaming has been absolutely nuts, over there. But I did want to welcome Fonzie to the stage. Fonzie is a co-founder of Ordinal Hive, which is also building on Merlin Chain, and then also Mr. J is a co-founder of Uncross, which is a really big infrastructure part of Merlin Chain as well. But Fonzie, how you been doing, man?
Yo, GM guys, my apologies for being a little late. GM. I was gonna say, so no live streaming people in cages pretend to be dogs. That's not happening. I was looking forward to that one. No, but yeah.
I actually broke down BTC.fun to you during our weekly meeting that we had with you guys earlier this week, and you seemed very intrigued by it. What got you attracted to kind of what I was saying the most?
I think one of the biggest aspects is just the trading, right? It's like, simply put, like, it's been very bad on L1 stuff. I know there's people kind of innovating in that regard, but you're still dealing with block times, you're still with 10-minute delays on liquidity. There's many things, but the fact that you can sort of bridge it over to Merlin Chain trade there is like very, very interesting, right? Like I think at that point, at that point, it's like you're looking at a trading environment, liquidity wise, and also like experience similar to like we have Solana Ethereum. And I think people want some degen stuff like that. I think Pump Fun very, very well that there is a space for this. And I think they maybe made a mistake live streaming kind of these tokens and the individuals behind them. I think it was kind of obvious where it was heading towards. But having this on Bitcoin is just something that I think I'm quite excited about, and this is something I wanted to, right? Like you're not just trading meme coins, you're getting Bitcoin out of it if you make a good play. Of course, it's very degen, but it's what attracts individuals. It's what attracts liquidity traders and stuff. So yeah, that's probably the very, very exciting part. And I see Mike Van there. So what's up, Mike?
Fonzie, how important is this that these are BRC20s and runes, layer 1 assets, but traded in a fast-paced environment like Merlin?
Very important. Like I think insights and stuff, like people want to trade L1, like people want L1 assets, native assets to Bitcoin. I think that's already been sort of kind of proven over time. And so the idea is like, okay, I want these assets, but the environment is not conducive to like the experience I'm used to on Solana or Ethereum, right? And possibly, frankly speaking, you have all these issues that come as a result of them being on Bitcoin. So the idea of having these assets but on Merlin, it's pretty much kind of what you want at the end, right? You want to have these kind of native assets at a better stage, and myself included, like I prefer that too, right? At the end of it, and people go Solana too, and they bring back that liquidity they made from Solana over to Bitcoin and buy like these tokens, and eventually like buy Bitcoin at the end, because everyone wants Bitcoin, everyone wants to hold on to that mother asset. So yeah.
You're on mute, Yago. You're on mute, Yagi.
Sorry.
There you go.
I want to
There you go.
remind the audience that we are doing a giveaway for, you can win a part of the 2000 MERL giveaway. So make sure you put your make Bitcoin fun again and your X handle in the chat, and we will add you to the wheel there. Let's kind of shift the discussion here a little bit, because we will have BTC.fun on the call here in a little bit as well, and we can go more in depth on that. Let's kind of talk about the Bitcoin meme coin market, and then like what that looks like for the future in the overall meme coin market, because it was really getting aggressive. And then I don't know if the streaming kind of looked like a local top for memes, because it was like everybody's like, ugh, after some of that stuff, some guy poured cereal all over his face and all that stuff. But I'm in the camp to where I think we're just maybe cooling off just a little bit, and then we'll continue the meme energy in December. What do you think, Jeff? Do you think that we'll cool off, or do you think we just we'll continue strong all through the end of the year?
You think you are talking about Bitcoin or Bitcoin memes?
Just the memes in general.
Memes in general, I don't think it will end very soon. I think last 2 weeks I spent a lot of time checking the data. People are thinking about memes are hot, memes getting viral. This is just like some subjective feelings, right? But when you look at the numbers like way beyond my imagination. The transaction number on chain, the transaction volume on chain is actually surpassing most centralized exchange at this moment. And we check these addresses liquidity. They basically deposit like 1,000 or even 10,000 Solana into the wallet to buy memes. And so we check all these volumes. You can see it's not like before. Like before, we see some small plays, we see some tokens which you can track the wallets. Is mainly controlled by the by the person who creates the contract. But the trading volume is not high at all. But right now, if you check all these memes, the amount of addresses participate, the amount of volume, the amount of money people chipped in, I think unless Bitcoin went down for huge, and the Solana went down like half off, I don't think the meme can stop, because right now the liquidity is there. And I just checked like data that Pump Fund, they already locked, I mean locked, but not really staked, but locked in the LP. They locked like about $30 billion value of Solana, in the LPs for these tokens. So you can see how strongly a Pump Fund can do for a chain, because they lock out lots of liquidity, because people are trying to buy those assets.
Yeah. So you're saying basically the data is not showing that it's going to slow down. Okay. So obviously Solana rules the meme coin culture right now because of their environment and how you can trade them. Bitcoin's starting to innovate and how that's possibly, that's possible in the future. One example is BTC.fun, and then other examples are scaling solutions as well, like the 1.5 layers and all that stuff. Where do you see, Rune meme coins going here in the next, let's say, 3 to 4 months? Do you think they have an explosion, or the tech will keep them limited?
I think, to be honest, I think Runes definitely shows huge potential in the past, 2 to 4 weeks. Because first, you can see many central exchanges, they're paying attention to Runes tokens. Kraken, OKX, they just list DOG as a perps. So when exchanges are paying attention, it's not by coincidence. I mean, they don't talk to each other. They don't have like a small group, to talk to each other. They are very independent. But when you see independent groups are paying attention to the same thing, which basically means the market trend is going to Bitcoin at that point. So first, I think that is a huge deal, because last time, you remember when Ordinal sets went to the moon, it's because Binance listed them on the spot. So I mean, we all hate centralized blah 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 blah, but eventually central exchange saved all of us and brought us the Ordinal summer. In my opinion, yeah. So I think that's the first thing. Second thing is, we check Magic Eden. I check on Magic Eden every day. I don't check anything else. I just check on volume. So you can see, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, comparing to today, the daily volume is very, very different. And also, even in BRC20, there are some very, very weird tokens. I don't want to say names, but very weird tokens with lots of trading volumes. I mean, some are worth trading, but some are not worth trading. With crazy trading volume, with crazy market cap. So I definitely think something's cooking. And also like, I think we are here to do all of this to help bring the liquidity. I mean, later, yeah, I can explain like how to, like, I know right now when I say how to make a successful pump fund, it's kind of not convincing because we haven't done that yet. But I'm willing to take the risk to share that, no matter what happens next. But yeah, I think we have lots of insights about how to build a pump fund, in any ecosystem. So it's not easy, but I definitely think if we can all build for that, there will be more liquidity and users for Bitcoin memes.
Yeah, I think that was a great answer there, and appreciate your perspective on what to possibly expect for the Bitcoin meme and just the overall meme ecosystem. Eric, I can't help but sometimes jumping on my X account and then seeing a post from you that I feel like, oh man, this guy might have just ruined my day or the cycle, because you tell it how you feel. And I think that a lot of people appreciate you because of that. And one of the recent posts that I saw was kind of you saying, hey guys, the message it seemed like you were trying to get across was, hey guys, don't get ahead of yourselves here. Bitcoin is the ultimate kind of fallback, and things might not get as parabolic as you might think. Are you still in that boat? And if you could explain maybe what you were trying to say there.
Which tweet are you referencing?
I knew you were gonna follow up with that. Let me find it. It was kind of like, I think it was kind of just like, hey guys, don't jump the gun. It was like, basically, we're not guaranteed this crazy bull market is kind of the message that you were putting out there. Here it is. Here it is. I found it. Okay, hot take. This is from Eric, and you guys can follow him at BRC20 coins. And he said, hot take, all of the new entrants coming into the crypto ecosystem, like states, countries, hedges, big businesses, and new retail, don't give a flying F about JPEG. So it was more towards like the NFT ordinal ecosystem, but I kind of combine memes with that sometimes. So maybe you can explain what you meant.
Just, yeah, I've been saying it since ordinals kind of started, right? Like we've all been blessed to be here from the beginning and hit these free mints. I mean, like what, puppets were $50 and ran a half a Bitcoin. I mean, but like any asset, as we all know, and I mean, NFTs were good for the space, but I think when you saw them hit $500,000 and all these celebrities losing their ass on them, it could almost hurt them in a way. I almost feel like a lot of it's just PvP from everyone that's been in the space, and by that I mean, look at any asset, right? Like look at the ETH BTC chart. Look at any assets that go against Bitcoin, and even though these are on Bitcoin, they're going to be no different. And what I mean by that is your Satoshi value in your wallet is going to drop the longer you hold these. And I know ZK mentioned on a Good Day Bitcoin space the other day, whether you realized it or not, it was a recorded space. And he said you were better off just holding Bitcoin than any of these assets on the run up. When Bitcoin ran from 70 to, 99,000, what did the ordinals do? They didn't run up. I mean, all right, puppets made a run there where they swept. Well, someone swept 150 of them from 0.14 to, 0.2, but they're right back to 0.13. As Bitcoin continues to rise, anything in the ecosystem loses when you pair it to it, right? So in this case, these assets are dominated in satoshis. Well, if Bitcoin's $1 million, I mean, for someone to say, hey, my puppet's 0.05, well, that's still 50 grand. But what happened there? So you just made $35,000 to $40,000 in USD, but you lost 0.1 satoshis, right? Because they're worth like 0.14 right now. So that's what I'm getting at is you need to know when to get in and out of maybe assets on Bitcoin. Same with some of these runes. I mean, a market cap will double on a rune if it doesn't move because Bitcoin doubled in price. So people need to realize that it's a different game we're playing now when you have assets that are on Bitcoin. You can have a double exponent factor where there are runes and still are that run with Bitcoin, right? So you've got USD value rising and you're earning more satoshis. But as the cycles grow, we've gone through two of these, so I think it's just going to be different. I think a lot of people are on some hopium, and I could be wrong here, but this collection is going to go to 1 Bitcoin. I mean, the more and more users that come into the ecosystem, and the more Michael Saylors and countries and people that are buying Bitcoin, the more scarce it becomes. I mean, it's already a scarce asset, right? Well, these satoshis become more valuable, so I can't see people shelling out whole Bitcoins. Me and like anyone else that got into Bitcoin, I got in around $600. Some other people I'm sure maybe on this chat got in sooner, right? When I got into ordinals, I only pulled 0.1 over, which was like 2K. Like I still don't want to mess with whole Bitcoins. And that's all I've ever used throughout this whole cycle because Bitcoin is so valuable. Now, sure, I've made a lot of Bitcoin through these free mints and experiments, right? But I see the takes from both sides. So for me, it's all about stacking sats at the end of the day. And as of lately, you're losing satoshis on probably 90 to 95% of these assets as Bitcoin continues to run. So that's just what I was going for there. There's you're going to see a lot of new mints and a lot of things come out and a lot of people trying to take your satoshis. So I always speak my mind, as you guys know, and I've been through a few of these cycles, and at the end, all roads lead to Bitcoin. So I don't know. I just look at things differently when it comes to that. I mean, like I said, your USD value will rise in your portfolio, but I think your Satoshi value is going to drop the longer you may hold some of these. In particular, JPEGs was what I was speaking about. Of course,
Yeah.
coins will do the same thing, right? I mean, look at pump funds not meant to rug anybody, and all those coins go to fucking zero. So I don't know. So it's you just got to do your due diligence in this space. Like I said, I've been around a while, so do your due diligence. If know when to get in and out of certain things, and know what you want to hold, and if you hold it, expect it to possibly go to zero. That's
Yeah.
really all it comes down to.
Yeah, and well, I think a lot of people are waiting for the dominance to kind of fall, right? And so one thing that we
But
haven't
what if it
seen yet.
doesn't?
So that's
See,
what I'm trying to
that's
say is that
yeah.
what I'm trying to say is one of the things is that we haven't seen an on-chain economy on Bitcoin like this before. This is the first time. So this is new territory for a lot of things with Bitcoin, actually, right? For the cycle. And so let's just say dominance does fall, because eventually it's going to fall at some point, like some percentage, right? Depending on how drastic that is, it's yet to be determined. But let's say it does fall to like 45%, which is that's whenever you turn the altcoin market switch on, right? Ethereum will probably bust up and stuff like that. Do you feel like the Bitcoin assets, the layer one assets, join in with like the alt markets and then go up together, or would it be different timing?
See, a lot of I made a post on that too, and people are like, we're going to rotate Bitcoin profits into ordinals and these runes, right? Well, we can use an example like puppets have sat at 0.13, right? And Bitcoin ran from 70 to 95K. Well, what profits are you rolling into puppets? It's still 0.13 Bitcoin. It doesn't matter the fucking price of Bitcoin. It's it's in satoshis, right? So I think dominance may not drop that low this cycle. You've got a lot more big money coming into play that's holding Bitcoin versus selling it off, right? Like the sell off the last couple of days we had, if you looked at the outflows, a lot of it was from like wallets with like 10 Bitcoin or less. So you've got people probably taking profits. It's holiday season, right? You don't have the big investors really dumping that, right? It's probably your normal traders. So for assets to roll into Bitcoin, I mean, you're not going to take Bitcoin profits to roll into it because it's not, like I said, those are all based in Satoshis, unless you have a Rune that's running with Bitcoin that happens to move up and you roll those into an ordinal because you made more Satoshis that way. Solana's been running with Bitcoin. There's obviously other altcoins that have been running with Bitcoin. I think you want to find that correlation for those particular coins, take the profits from those coins and then roll that into those Bitcoin assets that's where we may see that second type of run up, because if they're not running up with Bitcoin, they could possibly run up after it cools off. But again, it's different there, right? You're not,
Yeah.
it's different unless you're getting the people trading it that way. So I don't know. I tend to try to ride with correlations and things running in that regards. I mean, sure, Bitcoin can cool, but again, now you're still putting 0.1 Bitcoin into an asset that was
Yeah.
0.1 Bitcoin when Bitcoin flew.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah. I mean,
it's a
that
different
correlation.
cycle, guys. It's totally different, like you said, with the Bitcoin ecosystem and stuff. It's people automatically think these things are just going to explode because they're on Bitcoin. Where, sure, like as I keep going back to that USD value, but not your Satoshis. So
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying, and I definitely see the outside variables being different for this cycle. But I keep saying that it's different this cycle, but then Benjamin Cohen brings me back and says it's not so much different this cycle. And I think we all know, everybody up here is probably taking advantage of getting into like an altcoin or like a Bitcoin layer 1 asset or even like layer 2 assets and been able to take those profits and roll back into Bitcoin. But definitely appreciate your perspective there, Eric. Fonzie, I'm curious about you. You heard what Eric said. What do you think about the meme market for the future and Bitcoin memes?
I think okay, so I think there's something to say just meme coins in general. I think there's a lot to unpack here. I think in any other cycle, it makes sense for us to kind of have this notion that meme coins themselves do very, very well. It's done pretty okay in Solana, and I think on Bitcoin it'll probably achieve the same results. I think after the meme coin super cycle is like you'll have more sort of utility tokens, right? The tokens with projects behind them on board. I think with Eric, what he was saying too regarding like the price and sort of like you got take this into account how much satoshis you get back is accurate. In the sense that Bitcoin goes up 50%, the value of that sort of specific token set or even Ordinal is going to go up like 50%, right, as a result of that. And so people will be sort of like, okay, so this specific asset is worth 50K now or 100K now, like how do I pay for it, how do I buy for it? There's loans, there's like kind of lending stuff you can do. You can definitely take out loans on that on your specific assets to purchase. Like there'll be different sub innovative features that will be added on board. But as it pertains to like meme coins, I think we'll still see that play on Bitcoin. And I don't think it has happened just yet. I mean, this morning I was looking at a coin. It was I believe it was like something a Pepe coin on Runes. It did very well. It was like 26x. I'm like, is that accurate? Am I seeing like kind of weird stuff on this? So we'll eventually see this, and it's a fascinating concept psychologically and even like kind of financially too, to kind of just really just unwrap regarding like just the culture around that, right? And so we haven't seen it play out to the full extent as we did early on with BRC20s, but it's coming pretty fast. And again, like a lot of it is infrastructure DeFi platforms being built and facilitating these kind of trades. And Merlin Chain will be one of those, of course. Bitcoin Fund is going to be one of those platforms that you'll see, and there'll be others I'm sure that will pop up. And from that vantage point, like you'll want to have people like once they see 26, 30x, on a specific token, like you have others come, you have others want to play in that market and get a fair share. So it'll be here eventually. You'll get here, and you'll start seeing sort of the liquidity come as a result of that too.
Yeah, and my point to that too, going back to that post, obviously, was the newcomers coming in, they're looking at tokens, right? That's what I did when I came into the space. That's why I specifically mentioned JPEGs. A lot of these, let's just face the facts here. People are coming into the space to make some money, right? So what's the quickest way you make money in this space? It's off meme coins and tokens versus holding art. So that's where the liquidity is going to flow. So that also in turn makes people wanting to sell their art to jump in these coin plays. Not a lot of people have liquid to be able to put it into every type of asset, right? So that's where I was coming from in that regards, where JPEGs are just more of collectibles and don't expect to possibly get a return on those. And that's where I was going at with that one, because it's more token based. That's what got me in the space early. I never really fucked with NFTs. You know, the generational wealth's always been in the tokens.
Yeah, I just wanted to cut in and say, like, I 100% agree with what Eric said, because there are like in the past few cycles, only two things just don't change. First is, people always ask you, is it too late to buy Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin too expensive? And every time you tell them, it's not. But most of my friends just don't believe it. And I mean, some guy asked me before, like, when it's like 59K, 60K, like a month ago, 2 months ago. And I said, no, it's not expensive. It can go like to 10 minutes. I mean, people might not believe this, but I do personally believe this. It will eventually go to 10 minutes plus. And the second thing is, people always think, they can outrun Bitcoin. They can make much more money than Bitcoin itself. But 99.99% people just want. And ironically, if you look at, like, don't even look at like normal people, looking at the VCs, I have the decks of all these VCs in the past 8 years. If you check these crypto funds, the crypto VCs, if you check their portfolio, if you check their performance, I think 80% of them just cannot outrun Bitcoin or Ethereum, because it's just like. And then you have a final question. So if you have a crypto fund, why don't you just buy Bitcoin when you have the money from the LPs? Because your performance just cannot outrun Bitcoin or Ethereum. So yeah, even for professionals, it's not easy to compete with Bitcoin or Ethereum performance. But the thing is, coming back here is, when the DJs come, like, we go to like Vegas and tell people, just don't gamble, just go on street, find a job. They don't, because people come here to gamble. And I think right now, what these so-called builders are trying to do is to build a fair game, a easier game, a much more user experience, entertaining game for the people who come here to DJ this, to do PvP. And yeah, but like, if you just follow the rule, buy Bitcoin, hold them, sometimes gamble a little bit, but come back to Bitcoin, I think that's like the ultimate strategy for everyone. But sadly, I don't think even more than 1% people can do that.
Yeah, I agree. I think we all have that kind of Bitcoin, mentality as it being the foundation of everything we do here. But you're right. People do come here to try to change their generational wealth type of approach, right? Mr. J, you are someone that's in the infrastructure that could be, helping with the bridging of these runes over. Are you guys expecting from Uncross's perspective? Are you guys expecting like a big load, for bridging with BTC.fun?
Yeah, probably when users are able to start creating their tokens, and it really takes like some kind of like event where we see with a lot of different ecosystems as well. People see, whoa, something's like pumping, and a lot of people make money from that. Like I think that's the best marketing. Usually when these kind of like events happen, then you'll see a surge of volume, but it really takes like a quality ecosystem, sort of like maybe trading bots or like a good DEX to really keep people going here, and also a good DeFi ecosystem. And I think Merlin does have all of that. So we'll probably be seeing a lot more of this volume coming in once I'm really hopeful and excited myself for BTC.fun as well to be one of those catalysts.
Yeah, as a user, and you've been a heavy user of the Bitcoin ecosystem. We go back knowing each other for over a year, I believe, around there. And you participated in all the mints and stuff. Are you excited that something like free and fair mint is coming to Merlin?
Yeah, I am, man. I am. And I do participate in some of these pump fun activities as well. So I do understand like the frustrations that users would have based on that platform. It's a very good platform. It's just that it could have things done differently, and I think BTC.fun really hits a lot of those points. Most importantly is being able to get in at the same level. I can't stress enough where being fair in this aspect is going to be a very big draw, and being able to trade it very, very accessibly. You don't really need to learn about UTXOs. Like you don't have to wait like 10-20 minutes for a block to go through. So I think it's a very good environment to, I would say, begin a new type of asset issuance.
For sure. And there's an issue with Pump.fun where, you know, there's a bot that buys the coins as soon as they're minted, and they dump them about 10 to 15 minutes right after. And it's continuous. It's the same bot, and he's just buying super, super, super early and then dumping like almost the same amount of time on every coin. It doesn't really allow those coins to get up. But with BTC.fun, you can't do that, right, Jeff? Like that's not something that's why you guys aren't really trading on the platform until it gets to Merlin Swap, correct?
Yes, I think just make sure that phase is kind of fair, and you don't have to pay attention, because like for me, and also I know for Bitcoin layer one traders, like we do last year, we're not that degen like Solana guys. They pay attention to the bots like every second. They will make like $1 or like half $1 profits just by paying attention to the screen like all the time. Like I don't think this kind of like competition is healthy, to be honest, because we do this because we love this spirit, even though we are trying to make some money. But yeah, so we are trying to cut less competition in the minting phase. But when it gets to the DEX, the LP, I think it's a fair game for everyone too.
Yeah, I mean, the most exciting part for me is definitely the free and fair mint. I actually haven't experienced the pump fund style stuff, so this is gonna be kind of starting from scratch for me. But I like the fact that I get to feel comfortable with the free and fair mint part, and if it doesn't mint out, I don't lose my money. And I've lost a lot of money from doing that on L1. I actually just got word that unfortunately the BTC.fun co-founder is not going to be able to join us. He got stuck with a big issue that he's working on right now. But luckily, we have Jeff that has the information. So, Jeff, could you go into kind of information about launch, what that looks like, so the audience can be prepared, for next week or whenever that is?
Yeah. So the whole process is just a very special case. So it's like a test. So I mean, in the official launch of the platform will be different, which we can talk about that later or later time. But for the first launch, I think on day one could be Monday or Tuesday next week. But on day one, they will announce the airdrop rules, which has been take snapshot like a while ago. So you will have a website. You go there, connect your wallet, check your address if it's in the list, and then you can claim the airdrops, and it doesn't cost any gas fee on layer one or layer two. Just claiming them. If you guys tried the pizza claim on Unisat before, it's basically the same. So when you do that, hopefully the airdrops are claimed in few hours, and then it will distributing tokens first to L1, because L1 takes forever. So they will distribute their job to L1 first, and then go there too. And on day two, there will be the launch. The launch, there's like a page there. You go there if you have MERL token in your wallet. Starting 8 p.m., 9 p.m. You go there and you can start to mint, and you spend amount of MERL to mint amount of party. And when it's mints out, all these MERL will be locked in the Merlin Swap LP, and people can start trading there.
Nice. Okay, so that's next week, Monday or Tuesday. So look forward to that, guys. The airdrop the airdrop that will lead to a claim. I can't remember the assets, but I do know that Bitmap was in there. I think Node Monks, Puppets, Frogs. And then also the BRC 420, which I believe is the blue box. You'll receive those airdrops
Yeah,
or
that's like
go
I
ahead.
cannot remember like all of them, but definitely no monks, dog, Ordi, sats, pizza, puppets, bitmap, and on layer 2 like MERL, MP, Huhu, Voya, and I don't know. I could be wrong, but the major guys are like I don't have the document in my hand right now,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the major worships are basically those. And it's like first
Yeah.
come first serve, but we will have bar there, so it tells you how much percent is left, so you don't have to go there on first second. Probably you go for like 4 to 8 hours, I guess, but it just doesn't go on chain. It's just like assigning a signature, so it's fine.
Gotcha. Yeah, so guys, we will repost that post, the original post from BTC.fun, so you guys know if you have any of the assets that were in your wallet during the snapshot. But you want to keep up with this, because if you remember the pizza claim, there was a lot of people that were, upset, and you should have been watching Ordinal Revolution, because we talked about it several times. And so we will remind you guys if you are part of that claim, and you're going to have to claim early, because there is a progress bar and it is first come first serve. So anything else that you want to hit on for BTC.fun's party launch for next week?
Yeah, so first is one small detail to that. If you have a node monk and you have one bitmap, of course you are not holding the same value, right? Because the floor price is huge difference. So I think the airdrop rule is kind of like making sure everyone's amount is like same standard. So I don't remember, but probably you need to have like 20 bitmaps in the address. You can claim the airdrop, not one, because it's like it's not fair to no monks guys or public guys, right? So I think they have some rules there, but the value is like similar. And and so one thing is, I think the huge difference, and some people are trying to build pump farm products. So the huge difference here, I think it's the bots. I think very few people in the industry understand this right now. It's because the bots actually bring the volumes. It's not a swap, it's not the pump fund, it's not whatever you're trying to build here. It's actually what kinds of volume users you're bringing. Sorry, like to say all of that stuff, but I just want to explain this to everyone that right now the tier 1 bot is making $2 to $3 million per day. The second tier is making about 1 million per day. So this comes from the transaction fees. And because they have the rebate system, so like Yagobi, you are like influencer, you can go there, register, and invite your followers to trade there. So you will get some incentives. That's how they bring this kind of volume to Solana. It's not building a swap on Solana. It's not building a website on Solana. It's about the mechanism to build volumes to get tractions from users. So I think the day before BTC.fun launched, 4 to 5 top tier trading bots will be integrated with Merlin and get live. These bots, they only have Solana, Base, Ethereum, possibly BNB chain and Tron, and then it's Merlin. We took a lot of time, resources, we put a lot of money to work with them because we want them to bring the new users. And I was just actually trying another product. I can share the screen here. Here.
Yep.
Okay. Just 1 second. Share screen. I was trying their the trading bot app. Yeah, so you can see this is what I call a revolutionary product. So you're trying to buy Huhu. Like, sorry, like this is not financial advice. Okay, I just clicked the first token from Merlin Chain. So we click Huhu, and you can see, okay, you have some USDC, on 5 chains. You have some USDT on OP. So this guy is like, a new guy. Yes, you have some change on Solana for so you have some Bitcoin on BNB chain. So if you want to buy this for $10, you just click confirm. You don't have to worry about anything. It's just that easy. And why I think this is revolutionary is now any Solana user are using Solana wallet, which is Phantom, and having Sol in their wallet, they can buy runes and BRC20 on Merlin Chain instantly. They don't have to worry about bridge. They don't even understand what is bridge. They don't know bridge. They don't know what's EVM on Merlin. They don't know our wallet. They don't even know BTC.fun. They just go there, see a viral, some token is going viral, and they say, okay, I don't want to buy this. Okay, so this one is called party. They buy this. It costs them Solana on Solana chain, and they sign with their Phantom wallet. You know, not Unisat, not Metaverse, not OKX. They sign with their Phantom wallet, and when they click yes, in 1 second, the token will be bought by them. And 10 days after this, they make double, triple profits. They can click sell. They don't need gas on Merlin. They don't need to worry about what is gas on Merlin, Bitcoin or WBTC or MERL. They don't care. And they just click sell. And then this amount of money goes back to Solana in their wallets. So they spend 1 SOL and they get like 3 SOL back. That's why I say, I think these kinds of infras are very, very important. And this, as a revolutionary product, is coming live on December 3rd, which is the same day that BTC.fun launched. So I think that is why we spend a lot of time, put a lot of effort trying to bring real liquidity from outside ecosystem, because those guys are not going to sell their soul to come to Bitcoin layer 1 to buy Bitcoin, use Unisat to buy runes. Never, they will never do that. But with that, and then we can build liquidity for dogs, for puppets, for Ordi, for Sats, for pizza. Because when it gets viral, these people see this on their bot and they buy with their Solana. And that is why I think this is very important for Merlin and for our ecosystem.
I absolutely love that. Oh my God, I can't stop smiling because it's basically one-stop shop. Let's say you don't have any gas on Merlin at all. You have no Merlin tokens or Bitcoin, but you have Ethereum or Solana tokens in your Solana Ethereum wallet. You could utilize that to pay the gas for Merlin and buy the Hoo token, right? Did I get that right?
Yeah, but when they buy, they don't even think about gas. They just think this is a token.
Only we do because we know.
Yeah. And
I think that's go ahead.
The other way around is, this is one way around. The other way around is if you have like 1 million or like 100K MERL on Merlin chain, when you see, memes going viral on BME chain or Solana, you can buy them with MERL token. You don't have to go there, use your wallet, because it's a two-way around. It's not one-way road, it's two-way road. So right now, only you need to do is to have some Bitcoin or MERL token on Merlin chain, and go on that bot, see anything degen happening on Tron network, on BME chain, on Ethereum, Base, Solana, and just buy them. And next time we make some profits, you just sell them and come back as Bitcoin. That's how you always keep Bitcoin, because you use Bitcoin as the fundamental asset to trade memes, and it can instantly go back.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, exactly. Eric, I see you shaking your head. Yes. What do you think about this?
Oh no, yeah, I like it. I'm excited for it. I'm just in agreements with you guys.
Awesome. Fonzie, I'd like to hear your opinion. You're a guy in the space that, degens yourself. So what do you think about something like that?
I think we need that, like that swapping mechanism across like different okay, so the idea behind Web 2, Web 3, like it's very simple, right? Like how do you make things very feasible and integrate them without knowing what's in the back end? Like don't reduce the friction and just like how those assets paid for. And this is the reason why this is pretty good, is because you don't you're not like no one needs to know like you're switching this and that. If you want this coin, you just pay for it, you get it right off the bat.
Yeah.
That's how it should be. So it's a very simple swap. Yeah.
Yeah, and it seems like that could be possibly utilized eventually for ordinals and NFTs eventually down the line too. So that could help something in your side of the industry as well. So that's awesome. Mr. J, what about you? You probably knew that this was coming. I saw Jeff's post this morning and I was like, I'm really intrigued by this. I'm going to ask him, but he already answered the question because I see the date on there. But what do you think, Mr. J?
Yeah, I think it's amazing. When you use your iPhone or your Android, you don't really think about what's going on behind there. You just want to use it. So this kind of like trading experience, I would say, is a very seamless way, not just to onboard, but to make life easier for everyone. Anything that makes life easier for anyone, I believe that's going to be very explosive. It's going to be making trading both for like people on Bitcoin and for people on other chains to be able to trade assets really easily, especially if you want to buy like using MERL, buy like Solana or on Bitcoin. I love it, man. It's making life really, really so much easier for everyone.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I did want to welcome Adam McBride from Emblem Vault. He is in charge of marketing over there, and he's been a part of that team for a very long time. And Emblem is actually building on Merlin as well. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, man. Yeah, just sorry about that. We had a show ran a little long, but yeah,
No worries.
making things easier for the end user. Man, do we need this in crypto? I think this cycle is like the first cycle where I really feel like the end user actually has a great experience, right? Right now it's on Solana, a little bit maybe on Base, but we got to get it on Bitcoin, right? I mean, this is the goal, right?
Yeah.
We have to get a really seamless user experience. It's what the normies need. I mean, it's just, we're all crypto natives. We'll put up with, clunkiness. But I think the time for that kind of seamless user experience is here. We have to make it happen.
Yep. And as soon as you jumped on stage, or I brought you up, I saw bells down below in the comment already. So everybody's, perfect theme for the meme discussion over here. But one thing I'll say is that, you guys at Emblem Vault, I really like your perspective about being very open-minded, chain agnostic, I guess you would say. And you've mentioned to me directly in private that, you want to be kind of like this interoperability tooling for the entire space, because it all needs to merge together. So, with that being said, do you feel like, that's what Emblem's going to bring to something like Merlin Chain, or, something like Solana?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think, from our experience, I'm like a user focused guy. And so for me, it's just, okay, the internet of value, right, which all these blockchains represent. For me, it's just are going to be these apps that are going to live, that the users are going to want, right? And if we take the current hit, which is, Pump Fun on Solana, right? People literally don't care that it's on Solana, in my view. They just want this easy, seamless experience. In the same way that Polymarket, people don't care that it's on Polygon. Most people don't even know it's on Polygon, right? That could have been on Bitcoin, or that could have been on Ethereum, or wherever, right? People aren't going to actually care where it is. Just how the user is going to, experience those apps, how it's going to be a seamless, environment below, or this kind of base layer. That's what we're trying to do at Emblem. And so with Merlin specifically, it's just, how can we bring assets from other chains onto Merlin and allow the builders who are on Merlin, who want to create great experiences for the end users? How can we kind of import communities and import assets onto Merlin, to access those great, products? That's what we're looking to do.
Absolutely. And, we've talked about your jump feature that's coming with the lit protocol. And I think that will definitely help with the ordinals being able to be present on Merlin without, having to go through a standard bridging process. So I'm excited for that. The topic has been me.
Just to cut you off today. I mean, like we had, we've had a couple of lending protocols on Ethereum, right, which have just recently integrated Rare Pepes in our Rare Pepe collection. It's an ERC 721, so it's a little bit more difficult for them to integrate, rather than just it's an 1155, right, rather than the 721. So it's a little bit more difficult to integrate. But now that it's integrated with those lending protocols, dude, now they have access to these Rare Pepes, which are worth, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And they just had a couple big loans, we're talking $50,000, $60,000 loans, right? So for us, and like actually having that huge Rare Pepe, collection of, 30,000 assets sitting there, for Merlin, it's super attractive, because with one button, those Rare Pepe collectors can come into Merlin and access whatever it's going to be, a game, a lending platform, a trading platform. It's just going to be a really seamless experience.
Yeah, I think that's going to be awesome, actually. Having access to Rare Pepes on Merlin Chain will be really cool. And it also kind of creates new markets, right? Because like that's something that people aren't used to seeing on like an environment like Merlin. I wanted to get your perspective on memes. I know that, we've talked to everybody else on the panel. And I think I wanted to get your perspective, because like obviously you're a part of the Bells community, right? You're leading that charge over there. But there are some people that are thinking that memes are going to cool off, and that, possibly they might have the local top. But what are you seeing? What do you think for memes for this cycle? Is it going to be constant narrative that pops in and out? What do you see?
Well, it'll definitely cool off, right? But where it goes from that, that I don't know. I actually kind of do believe we are in a meme coin super cycle. I wouldn't say could. I definitely believe we're in it. I see the normies coming in now. I don't know if you guys really followed it, but certainly, I'm on TikTok. I've been on TikTok for 3 years. There's been a shift on TikTok. Memes are on TikTok now. Meme coins are trading on TikTok. It's big there. So the normies are coming in. Maybe not in ways we expect. So if you expect, the normies to pump your existing bags, you might be wrong. They're going to come in, they're going to do their own thing. So it might be we might have some big shifts here. Obviously, I don't know. I've talked to you guys about it. I'm really interested in what's happening with the AI infrastructure and AI agents. I'm actually writing a thread today about, the evolution of money, and maybe our next, evolution of money is actually AI generated, coins. And I'm not talking about pumped out fun coins. I'm talking about AI agents creating their own blockchains, their own whatever, right? This sort of thing. We're just in such an incredible space in crypto where, I believe we are building something that we don't necessarily know what it is, but the agents are going to maybe help us get there. And so do I think the meme coins cycle is over? Not at all. I think we were actually just starting to figure out where this is going to go. And we may go in really interesting ways this cycle that we don't see right now. But I feel like there's going to be something like that happen. It feels really bubbly in the AI sector. Like AI, the agents are going to take us to a whole nother level of meme coins.
Awesome. All right, guys. This has been amazing. So I do want to give everybody a chance to kind of talk about what they're building right now, and I'll start with Adam because he has the stage right now. So if you could maybe just give a message to the audience on what to maybe expect with Emblem.
Sure. Actually, this week, man, I think we might have it this weekend, given Thanksgiving weekend and our devs just grinding. We may have a cross-chain wallet for AI agents this weekend.
Let's go.
Which, I obviously, you saw my bullishness and excitement, right? I think this is with what we had with the court ruling yesterday, where if you build something and make it autonomous, the builder of it, the developer of it is not liable for that. Like, you can set these things free. I think that's going to happen in the AI space in the next, 2 to 3 months, where they will clearly be. Right now, it's like there's still human interaction and stuff, but they are going to clearly be autonomous on their own. You're going to set them free, and being able to give them wallets to trade natively in crypto across blockchains. I mean, I couldn't be more bullish. I think this is like crazy bullishness. And what we're building allows you, the human, to actually take a percentage of the transactions that take place. So creating this like human AI synergy in the wallet at the wallet level, I think is really, really exciting. And I'm literally busting out of my skin with excitement on how bullish I am on this.
Yeah, that is exciting. Could be scary if they take that to like
totally scary,
robotics level. If you just say no liability for the creator,
literally terrible. This could be the end of humanity, or it could be the birth of humanity. I don't know, man. One way or the other, we're gonna know.
Awesome, guys. You guys got to check out the AI wallet by Emblem Vault, man. We had some behind the scenes, and if you remember, you were able to see that in that members video. But it is super exciting. I can't wait to be able to actually play with that. So looking forward to that. Appreciate it, Adam.
Yeah, man.
All right, Mr. J, what's going on with Uncross? If you could give them your last message to the audience on what is going on with Uncross.
So recently we've been focusing on building a Telegram mini map. It's a campaign with Merlin and OKX. So this is an aspect where we're focusing a lot on education. And today I just tried out the beta of our app, and I'm very excited to be able to try it out and actually make some improvements, see what tasks that we can add on for people to do and learn, and work on some game mechanics for what they can earn. And I'm very excited. We'll be teaching people and letting people earn at the same time. So this is going to be a very good way for anyone to get into Bitcoin assets.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate that, Mr. J. Super excited. Looking forward to Unicross's updates coming up. Fonzie, what's going on with Ordinal Hive?
Yeah, Jam guys. So basically, we're working on. I mean, a lot of our sort of build is still focusing on the L1 stuff. So next aggregation of stuff is pretty much completed, for both the outside and the inside of mempool and whatnot. So we have that ready to go, and then of course we have the referral program that we'll be shipping out later this week on Friday, and just get like kind of use existing users who are using the platform itself to sort of expand on that before we do launch in December. So yeah, a couple of items there very, very excited about. And then yeah, we will have like kind of the runes play as well, adding other elements, other assets onto the platform for these just kind of like these traders to trade themselves. And as for the L2, that's still like we're still doing something there as well. So the aggregation is almost complete on the L2. Aggregating marketplaces like Unicross and others that exist there as well. And expectation is by by the time the bull run hits, we should be able to have a very, very kind of really good platform on the L2 side of stuff.
Awesome. Can't wait to see that aggregation on Merlin Chain, and I've already seen it on L1, and you guys are doing amazing work, guys. So make sure you check out Ordinal Hive, guys. And if you need to get your address whitelisted, reach out to Fonzie in their Discord. All right, Eric, give the audience some encouraging information on what you're looking at right now, if you have any.
Yeah, I'm working with a couple of teams in the space. Haven't said anything publicly. Mr. J's team is one of them. I'm working with him for a little bit behind the scenes.
Whoa,
a little consulting and helping teams, right? Haven't launched any products there. So just that's kind of what I've been working on, right? And just helping to looking forward to the ecosystem growing as a whole, right? And kind of what Adam said, the end points for these users, they don't care what they're on, right? We just need ease of use for all these new people coming into this space, and that's what I'm most excited for. I mean, us, I guess, OGs that have been in the space a long time, where like we said, we're used to transferring things 5 times to get somewhere to try to buy something, and these it's too much for new people. So I'm excited for a lot of these new products, the involvement of the entire crypto ecosystem itself, and we'll see what happens as today's go by, right, guys?
Yep. Appreciate it, Eric, and we appreciate all you guys. And then Jeff, if you could just wrap us up here. Any final words about BTC.fun or Merlin?
Yeah, so BTC.fun is going to live next Monday or Tuesday. All these trading bots, pick whatever you like, will be live before BTC.fun. And if you're an influencer or KOL, feel free to register. I think on first week or two, they're giving huge rebate program there. And the new users using the bots are getting 10 transaction gas fee for free. So if you register, you deposit some money, you'll get 10 transaction gas fee. So you don't have to worry about the gas. And the next version, BTC.fun, will be having live stream functions, which even PumpFun doesn't have now because lack of operation regulation, lots of mess there. But I think BTC.fun is trying to do something different. And their TikTok version is going live as well. So Telegram and TikTok, so you can live stream on PC, you can live stream on TikTok. And I don't want to say regulation, but I think it will be maintained pretty well. I don't like too hardcore stuff like hurting people or animal. That is just like so screwed up. So yeah, there will be some like rules there, but yeah, I think it will be very, very entertaining. Will be very positive. And yeah, that's the BTC.fun part. Lots of Telegram DApps are coming up. I think over 10 are coming up in the next few days. Tomorrow, there are 2 coming up. We'll be sharing those DApps on our Twitter, so you guys can come there and try. Free, easy to play, some real life activity, not tap to earn. We don't like to do tap to earn. Some real life user apps on TikTok, on Telegram, on Merlin. So yeah, I think lots of things are going on with Merlin. We're trying to bring this new stuff to Bitcoin users. And if you have the airdrop like assets in your wallet, come to claim the airdrop, try to mint, 1 or 2 of the tokens. I believe, it will be lots of fun.
Yep. And I want to thank all of our guests that joined us today for this stream/space. It was definitely fun to discuss meme coins and the future of the Bitcoin ecosystem. I want to thank Adam McBride from Emblem Vault, Mr. J from Uncross, Fonzie from Ordinal Hive, and Eric from Eric BRC20 Coins, and of course Jeff from Merlin Chain. And we thank you guys so much, and we will talk to all of y'all soon.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Thank
take it
you.
easy.
See ya.
Happy holidays.
See everybody.
You as
See
well.
everybody. We still got one last thing. We're gonna be doing the giveaway. So I got all the names on here. Thank you to Yasher. So shout out to him. He kind of helped us out. So if you put "Make Bitcoin Fun Again" in the chat, you are on this list. I trust Yasher got everything, so I'm sure he got everything. So you ready to go?
All right, let's start it.
All right, this is a new website I'm using, spinthewheel.io. The other site, dude, was crashing my computer. I don't know if you saw that I was freezing, but I froze up for a second there, but I'm good now. But we're gonna spin it.
All right, good luck, guys.
So the first one to win, Augustine Gray. Congratulations.
Augustine Gray. Hold on, because my document
Yep,
thing just froze up. I'm gonna just message you.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Yep.
Augustine. Okay, go ahead.
You got it?
Yep.
All right, we're closing that one. Removed. Send it. The next person that's going to win is Mike Bennett. Congratulations to you, my friend. You win 200 MERL tokens, courtesy of Jeff, for this giveaway.
Yep. We got, what was that?
Yep.
8 more. 8 more to go.
8 more.
Yep.
Ready? 200 MERL, 200 MERL, 200 MERL. Yummy. Congratulations. And guys, if you win, I do need your Twitter handle. If there's a couple of you guys who do not give your Twitter handles, so make sure you put your Twitter handle if you won. If not, I don't know how to reach you. So yeah, Yummy.
All right. Yep. I got you. 7 more spins, guys. Good luck. Good luck. That's a long one, huh? Miscellaneous.
Yep, miscellaneous. There you go. Zappy said he didn't get on there.
He might have put it in late.
Yeah, here, let me I'll throw you on. So you got miscellaneous, right?
Yep.
Right, I'm gonna throw Zappy on there. Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
This is a new, what the hell happened? Hold on.
Can you press the
This is the
back
first time I
button?
use this live, so
Can you press the back button?
no, the back of my button's gonna take me back.
Abort.
God damn it. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to recopy it in. How you spell Zappy?
Yeah.
Z-A-P?
Just put ZAPPY and then
PPY. Put Zappy. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna redo it here. If someone wins from the last group, we're just gonna have to,
we'll cancel that one.
All right,
and
ready?
rerun it. Okay. Yep, we got
Here we
7
go,
more, guys.
Here we go.
Or, sorry, 6 more. 6 more.
Cheaty. Congratulations,
hold on.
Cheaty.
Cheaty. Congrats,
Yeah,
Cheaty.
we had to use that. You're on there now for sure.
All right, no more entries though. We're good
Yeah.
now. So five more left. 5 more left. Good luck, guys. Hope you win, whoever you are I'm talking to.
Cat Daddy said his name's not on there either.
Well,
YouTube won.
we gotta just
Hold on,
YouTube is in
did
there.
not, no. YouTube didn't win. Hold on.
This is
this is
a mess. This is a mess right now. What's happening here? Come on.
Cat Daddy. Hold on. Let me add Cat Daddy because I know he was on there. All right.
Oh my God, Powin is not on there either. What's going on?
What do you want to do here? We got Adam probably cracking up us down below.
Yeah,
this is a mess right now.
up. Deservedly so. All right, so we have. Hold on. Let's just do this. We got 5 winners.
Right.
Those they won for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So
what names do I need to add?
That's the thing is that we just got to figure out what names we
need
to
who's
add.
In the chat? Who's in the chat that's saying that they don't have Paywan?
So did you already add Zappy?
Zappy's on there, Cat Daddy's on there, and Paywan, right?
Yeah, PAWAN. But
yep.
I mean, like, we got to close it off at some point. You get what I'm saying? Because
they already said they already did it. Yasher didn't put them on. That's the only problem.
I know.
So it's not like they're coming in late.
I know, but my point is like if someone comes in and says, right now, like for example, BRC20
Well,
Alpha.
I know Cat Daddy was on there, so I'm just saying. I know Paywan was on there, so.
Well,
All right, we'll just keep these
BRC, but Bitmap Gallery.
Bitmap Gallery, yeah, he's not on there either.
And that's the last
I know
one.
he was
Absolute last one. That's the absolute last one.
Nothing we can do now, guys. We apologize.
Yeah, I'm sorry if you missed out. We apologize. We'll do something. We'll do something for you on the next one. All right, let's run this. We got 5 spots left.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Good luck. Good luck.
MB Farms.
MB Farms. All right, cool. All right. 4 more spins.
Yami already won, right?
Yep. So we got to do another one.
Yep.
4 more spins. Good luck.
Chief Axel. Nice.
All right.
Oh, who else? Who else?
So there's 3 more. 1, 2.
Yep. You ready?
Yep. We gotta get some music for the next time.
Yeah, I know. I hear something, but I just didn't play my screen. So it's West Bottoms Market.
All right. 2 more spins. Good luck, guys.
YouTube.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay. YouTube.
Don't count.
That don't. So wait, is that like
YouTube's not a person? No.
they already won? Let's go to the next one. Next one.
All right. This has been a mess. We got to figure out a better way to do this.
Hey guys,
stuff.
we want to let you guys know something, and you probably I don't know if you know this, but we're not perfect people. Webdro
is in the building. Let's go. Is that 10?
No, one more. Last one, guys. Last one. This is the last spin. Thank God.
Don
Dow.
Let's go.
All right. That is it. I'm going to read out the winners really quick. Austin Gray, Mike Bennett, Yami, Miscellaneous, Cheedy, MB Farms, Chief Axel, West Bottoms Market, Webdro, and Don Dow. So congratulations to all the winners. Shizzy will check and see if he has your X handles.
Yeah.
If we don't, then you better message Shizzy directly because he's not going to be able to message you. And we'll check the list, obviously. But congratulations. You guys all won around $70 worth of MERL tokens, and those will be distributed from the Merlin team. So congratulations, guys. We had 640 people in here at one point. We thank you guys all for watching us. It means a ton. I know that today was a special day with a special segment. We had some amazing speakers that are super knowledgeable, and we just thank you guys for showing up, because we think it's important, for you guys to be ready for something as big as a launch like BTC.fun. And if you do have some extra time, please make sure to check out our partners, Emblem Vault. We talked about them earlier with Adam McBride. They are going to be the interoperability tool for Bitcoin layer 1 assets to layer 2s and other chains as well. We talked about their AI wallet that they're going to be releasing as well. You can learn more about Emblem Vault at emblem.vision. BetBTC is the predictions market for the Bitcoin ecosystem. They utilize ICP and Bitcoin technology for you guys to be able to place bets. And so you can actually deposit, as long as you have some BTC in your Xverse wallet, directly from Xverse to BTC via BTC.win. There's going to be some big bets for Thanksgiving football. We're going to drop those for Wager Wednesdays tonight. It's going to be a pre-record, and we'll talk about that. BitPerp is the perpetual and leveraged DEX of the Bitcoin ecosystem. They are on testnet right now at B Squared, BitLayer, and CoreDAO. They will be launching on Botonics here in a week and a half with their second paper trading competition, guys. The winner of this competition will be winning USDT is what they're telling us, but we'll get further confirmation on that. You can visit them at bitperp.io to learn more there. Ordinal Hive is the aggregator marketplace for layer 1 and layer 2 for Bitcoin Ordinals. You're going to be able to find the cheapest Ordinals around. You can visit them at beta.ordinalhive.io. If you don't have access to that site right now, you can reach out to them in their Discord to submit your address for basically beta approval. They're going to have their mainnet coming up soon, but you can earn points on their beta site, beta.ordinalhive.io. Fluid Tokens is, in my opinion, one of the best innovators on Bitcoin layer 1. They have all the UTXO dev experience from Cardano and brought it over once they heard that people were building on Bitcoin. They were the first to offer staking vaults to retail users, guys. You can stake Doggo to the Moon. I think you might have, do you have any more days left for that? Or no?
I think it's like 2. I think
okay.
it's Friday.
Yeah.
It's Friday.
Yeah. So if you want to stake that, you can do it. But anyhow, if you are a founder of Ordinal Collection or Runes and you want your holders to be able to benefit by staking those assets, reach out to Raul, which is the CTO at Fluid Tokens. Check them out, and they also have a DEX that you can swap your runes in. So check out Fluid Tokens, guys. And then Foxy, they are building the Bitverse metaverse in the Bitcoin ecosystem, in the Tap ecosystem, actually. And so they have the Bitverse, or the bit miners, I should say, to where you can actually mine real assets. They had their first campaign to where you could mine USDT Solana, as well as the Tap token. The second campaign's coming up with the Ultra Mythic bit miner, and you're going to be able to earn runes and I believe the Spooky token, but we will give you guys further information once they drop that on their X account. And then finally, Merlin Chain, the #1 scaling solution for Bitcoin native L1 assets and protocols. If you're a builder on L1 and you want your protocol to be a bit more flexible, reach out to Merlin Chain, apply for a grant. They issue grants to serious builders that are trying to, innovate the space. If you're a retail user and you want to be able to swap something like Doggo to the Moon, swap for Doggo to the Moon, you can do that on merlinswap.org. Thank you guys so much for checking out our partners today.
Yep. You guys got a few more seconds. Check out ordinalrevolution.com. We have some of the best articles dating all the way back to last year. If you know someone just entering the space, send them our website. We really feel like it can help them get started and get caught up to exactly where we are at now. As you can see, we have this amazing Emblem Vault article right here, so check that out. If you guys need a VPN, we have a NordVPN 70% off coupon here or discount. You can use it right here. VPNs are important because these sites block you. It's not your country that's blocking you; it's the site. Don't let them tell you what to do. This is crypto. We do what we want here. So definitely use a VPN for any site that tries to block you. Privacy is huge too. Don't let these sites know your IP address, which can lead to your address. Definitely use a VPN when using crypto. If you guys need a tickets to Bitcoin 2025, we have them here. Don't wait till next year to get your tickets. Get them as soon as possible. Use our link here. It helps the show for sure. And if you guys need merch, we have some of the best merch in Ordinals, in crypto, period. I actually just bought a hoodie this morning. I'm really excited about that. I got that one I've been saying all week. I've been looking to buy it. I was just too lazy to hop on. But if you go to view all, you guys go to hoodies. And this is the hoodie that I bought today. Chancellor on the brink of second bailout for banks. So check out our merch, guys. We really appreciate you guys doing that. And guys, we're live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 4 p.m. UTC. Check us out all weekend. Guys, we will not be live tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving in the U.S., and we're taking off Friday as well. It's probably our first actual day off. That's not a holiday ever because I got to cook tomorrow, and I don't feel like doing the show on Friday. So I love you guys. I really appreciate you guys. And on that note, we'll see you guys Monday.
Peace.
We OG, or no OG. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Merlin. I got balls of steel. Nookie on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.